Tara game. Bihis lang ako.
Sin máscara. Uy.
Tara game. Rank tayo.
Kawawa naman to.
Init, putang ina. Ini ochiru oto ga shita. Isi ga tsuita. そんな時しょうがないから吐いてやるなんて隣にいる君が笑う恋に落ちる音がした散る音がした部屋こそいそうついにこれてる What the hell? Cannot ready a playlist unavailable. Wait lang. Kali ako lang. Yagi! You can explore but... Hindi ako mapag-ready. Wait lang, ikaw sumali sa party ko. Band ba ako sa rank? Hindi, rank. Yun.
Playlist unavailable. Cannot ready.
Bakit ganun?
I don't know.
Wait lang, search ko. Ready ka muna. Bai.
Hit the ground and shot everything out, just how I like it.
Ay, grabe. Napakainit. Nakakayamot. Salita nga kayo.
Yo.
Okay.
Del Borat.
Negro. Ika na kucha bago na kami-sama. Fucking hate. Well, mo na. Doable yan.
Hold your breath if you have to breathe. Enemy spotted. Way out there like little cucarachas.
Palit tayo, idol.
Just spotted someone out there. Enemy landed by me. You better run.
Puto ka lang din.
Taking fire! Charging on my shields. I'm down.
Kaya may rest. Walang akong baril. Para may pampalag.
Help, please.
Get up, bull. Catch your breath after me.
Puto wala palang beans doon, my bad.
Charging on my shields. Oh no, there's another.
What the fuck?
Inside the ring. No bueno.
Stay with me, go. And keep the heat up.
That enemy shield.
Ay, isa pa doon! Mali yung ano ko. Mali yung drop. Akala ko may beans doon. Akin yan. Wala palang beans doon. Oof. Grabe. Oh shit. Hindi. Ganda. Grabe.
Let's go over there.
Meron isang squad. Ayaw mo pa kuha, huy! What the fuck?
Attention. First blood.
My weapons in hand. And ready to die.
First blood. Imagine crashing and burning on takeoff.
Here I go. Backpack here. Level 2.
Bro, bakit ka sumusunod sa bahay ko? What the fuck? Wala ka bang bahay?
Rings
Ang
nearby.
layo ng
1
rotate.
minute till close.
Bahay ko na pinuntahan eh. Gusto mo makihati sa loot?
Seconds. Rings close.
Attention. Evo harvest.
Wala ba dito?
Hostile right here. An enemy shield. Reloading.
I got an enhanced weapon and a smile on my face.
Alternator dito kung naghahanap
Alternator
ka.
here.
Black tower out.
Ingat ah. Kinukuha ko tong ano.
Another bogey.
The ring's close. 10 seconds. I've selected an upgrade.
Recharging shields.
Broke the shield now.
Progress.
I can see that the ring's moving on the map.
Bogey over there.
Nasa taas ba?
Box 3, visual clear. Go, go.
Frag out.
Building kabila.
Bogey over there.
Tinamahan ako sa baba.
Hostile right here.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Nasa harap ko.
Incoming care package.
Lapit kayo dito.
Pro tip, don't try intercepting something at Mach 1.
Making contact with enemy. The enemies are shooting at me. Thermite grenade out. Here I go. I have been down.
What the? Pito.
Flatlands got your back.
Grabe naman yun.
Enemy shield. On your feet. Flatlands got your back. Broke their shield now.
Giving my shield
Ito
to
nga.
recharge.
Up shield, thank you.
Tara lang yun.
Bogey in my crosshairs.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Binabait ko lang.
I got you, friend.
Ako na lang sa ano.
Okay lang. Mag-shield ka na.
Recharging
I'm
shield.
getting shot at. Nope, you're coming with me. Reload.
Wala mo shotgun dyan.
Half the squads remain. Let's
Massive
keep winning.
Ito.
Fire on the enemy. Broke that enemy shield.
Attention. The champion has been eliminated.
Wait a minute, Sam.
Using grapple.
Nandito siya sa building.
Bogey here. Bogey here. Under fire.
Loading.
Enemy taken down. Took out enemy. Watch out. Taking damage for
Napatay ko.
taking out more enemies. Giving my shields a
Hindi, napatay ko yung
recharge.
Sparrow hindi yung Stinger, sorry.
Reloading.
Contact.
Ito.
Hostile right here.
Putang ina, caustic.
Receiving damage.
Target over there.
Repairing my damages.
Padlock abandoned.
Kita ko na.
Bogey here.
Get ready. It's zipline time.
Doon sa building ko. Pababa ko.
We just eliminated the whole squad. Exciting. Max level. Gee, I'm the best. I've
Gago,
chosen
mali
an
na ko.
upgrade. Be very afraid, non-friends.
Just a scare. 1 sec. Stay with me now. And keep the healing coming.
Anong bomba dyan? Grade lang ako.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring's not close.
Sayang may mag-gun kanina. May kalaban doon.
Hostile spotted.
Replicators.
Lipad na lang tayo. May bag naman tayo eh. Kahit pasok muna
Let's
tayo
go
doon.
over there.
Lumayo. Punta siya sa kabilang side. Tayo natin. Okay.
Box na yan dito. Kaso, mag-rest kaya yan. Piling ko mag-rest.
Possible. Pabulin ko.
Ring closes in a minute and it's pretty far.
May fight naman tayo.
Ayun.
Hindi. Layo eh.
The ring isn't very close. 45 seconds.
Got my weapon in hand. Let's do this.
Wala dito.
Wala na.
Nandito na.
Kaya punta na.
Narinig ako eh. Wala na, ayaw. Tara. Hindi lalaban.
Palipad tayo. Ano na ba?
Warning.
Ano ako? May isip ako. Sunod na
Listen
ako.
up, the ring's moving.
Pagdating natin yung energy. Baka ako magsisip. Or pwede na dito.
Attention.
Kunin
Delivering
ko yung
care package.
Incoming care package.
Attention. There is a new kill
Ulit
leader.
ah.
Looks like some enemies have been here.
New kill leader. Eyes out for him.
Backpack here. Level 2.
Gagi, hindi siya. Ano ako? Tara.
Setting up a zipline.
Unahan lang natin makakuha ng pwesto. Mahirap pumesto dito eh. Ayun na. Puntahan ko yung isang ano dito. Rest. Baka mag-rest siya eh. Feeling ko magre-rest yun.
Extra supplies here.
Dito tayo sa may
I
top
think we
side.
should move that way.
Tapos dito na lang tayo
I think
pumesto
we
sa
should
building
move
na
that
to.
way.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Feeling ko magre-rest to eh. Unless namatay na siya. Patayin na.
There's an Evo cache here.
Extra supplies here.
There's an
Firepower
end
is
here.
key.
Overflow
Replicator on
here.
its way down.
Pati actually goods na ako eh. Pwede na tayo.
That's got my name written all over it.
Pwede na ako pumunta na lang sa ano.
Care package over there. 1 minute. The ring isn't far.
Wait ko kayo bago ako forward. Pero bilog na tayo.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Pwede tayo
Let's
pumayos
check out
dito.
that way, friends.
45 seconds.
building
Ring
natin.
just up ahead.
Mythic pin dun.
Wag na, di worth it. Hindi masyadong matagal.
30 seconds.
Lobo.
See you bin there.
Back here. Level 3.
Overflow power booster, bottomless bots. Ano sa akin?
And
Tara, tara.
battery.
Goods ako.
Rings around the corner. 10 left.
Tara. Punta na tayo sa building na to.
Hostile over there. Care package over there.
Enemies could be over here.
Pwesto muna tayo.
Pinaka-craver na.
Narinig ko.
Attention. Delivering care package.
So, may care pack
Lipat
dito.
yung
Incoming care package.
Ewan
Pro
ko,
tip,
ayaw niya.
don't try grabbing something moving at that trajectory.
Pwesto
There's
muna
a
tayo.
jump tower over there.
Tsaka tayo mag-repo after na lang. Kasi kung nag-pull sa atin yung bilog. Possible na dito
Target
yung
over
bilog.
there.
Pag dito yung bilog, pwede tayo mag-heights.
Care package over there.
Craver. Pag dito yung bilog sa
I
side
think
na
we should
to,
move
lipat
that
tayo.
survey beacon over there.
Ito, dito pwede.
Let's go
Ako hindi
over
ko
there.
kukunin. Goods na ako. Gusto nyo ba?
Yeah.
Okay. Tara.
Ring countdown.
Agahan natin.
Got a bogey on my marker.
Laban.
Launching missiles.
Reloading.
Attention. Delivering navigator.
Pwede tayo
They're
ultihan na.
dropping a replicator.
Kukunin din natin yung Craver eh.
Kunin nila yung craver.
Throwing thermite.
Frag out.
Mga bago.
Counting down from 60 and the ring's close by.
Sige.
Tapon ko kaya yung craver sa mga.
Hindi, kunin ko na.
Pwede ba?
Sayang eh.
Tara, rep.
Great. The ring is
Got a bandit
close.
close by.
Less than a minute.
Kailangan na niya umalis
Listen
dyan.
up. This ain't a good spot.
Taking fire.
Saan yun? Kasi pwede tayong
Charging on
mauna
my
sa
shields.
building na to eh.
We should go that way.
Building eh.
We should head that way.
Meron dyan?
Oo nga. Diyan tayo.
Okay, kami.
Pat na squad pa eh. Isang squad pa lang. Mawala yun.
Wait, kalaban na yata yun?
I got you, friend. Taking damage, friend.
Slash one, bogey down.
Gagi!
Great.
Dead.
I'm repairing myself.
Nasaan? Info.
Bogey here.
Puta, dalawang squad.
Grappling. Only one other squad left, friend. Let's go.
search begin.
What the fuck? Bakit ako ganito?
Gusto kang caustic.
Oo. Joel.
I suggest we analyze those grounds. An enemy has landed near me. Guess what's here?
Yun lang, wala akong gamit.
I am taking fire, friends.
I am down. You are fortunate we are on the same team. The second squad is firing at us.
Commit! Hindi siya tatama!
We find ourselves inside the next ring. How serendipitous.
Throwing thermite grenade. I am taking fire, friends.
Wala akong baril.
I need a weapon.
Out ka, out.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Out.
I need a weapon. Another variable for the lab rats. I should heal my wounds. Administering medical aid. Firing.
Bro, I'm missing.
Ingat ka.
Patakbo lang ako.
Rani.
Pabulin ko lang tayo sa.
Buhayin ko na yung pampe. Lang. May replicator dito.
Go.
Sa akin.
Don't worry, I got a squad mate banner.
Dalas ka lang ng buong.
Healing my wounds.
Punta na nga ako
Talk to
dito.
the respawn beacon.
Care package being delivered.
You hear that? There's a care package coming down.
This one, good shit.
Evo harvester here.
Dati ng bale.
May replicator.
Here I come. Back from the sky.
This higher level yields new upgrades. I can almost feel the upgrade coursing through me.
Isang ash yun, tsaka isang
Another variable for the lab rats.
Ano hinahabol ko kanina?
laban.
Sino yun? Reese hinahabol ko kanina. So most likely magkaiba yun. Pagi pala kalaban.
Pa ako ng ano.
My weapon is now enhanced.
Got my weapon in hand. Let's do this.
The
Pwede natin
participants
balikan yun?
reduced by 50%.
Appointed.
Sila, pwede tayo bumalik dun.
Keep eyes on the new kill leader.
Sila.
Nandun sa loob pa rin.
Extra supplies here. Firepower is key.
Wow. Shields.
Adding another gas trap. Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3.
Hindi ko kailangan.
Wala akong left side.
Deploying variable.
Ano to? Lagay ka nga rin dito ng gas.
Beware. I've added a variable.
Sara ko ba?
Alin.
Ayun, sara ko.
Nasa loob naman tayo ng circle na. Pwede tayo maghang dito.
Oo.
I've spotted our enemy. Check your maps to see. Contact with target.
Contact with hostile ka dyan.
Pa-out ba sila?
Yeah. Pa-out sila.
Then. Palapit.
Let's explore.
Gas trap.
So, punta.
Cancel that.
Wait lang. Tinitingnan ko kung babalik ba yung kalaban eh. Ayaw ata. Hindi ata papalag. Pwede natin hintayin na lang. Tapos mag-i-scan ako ng bilog.
Care package over there.
Gagi, sinira. Kalaban. Dito sa side na to.
Subject spotted here.
Kalaban.
Leaving a gas trap behind.
Arc star out. Throwing arc star. Frag out.
Hostile right here. Grenade.
Sustaining injuries. Shields deploying in area.
Frag out.
Asan yung ult ko? Ah! Ito, very low. One down. No. Sayang eh.
Grenade over there.
Mali yun. Mali yung lapag ko ng ult. Layo pala. Sayang, fuck.
The old ways and the new, both to guide us.
Each choice changes everything.
Come on, we've got work to do.
This is your champion.
Get ready, moving out. We landed.
One spot. Baba tayo.
Target landed near me. Wrong choice.
kayo sa building baba lang.
Down. Terminate
Attention. First blood. Attention.
Goods na ako, pwede na ako lumabas.
New kill leader. Round 1.
Gagi ko pala yun.
Beginning ring countdown.
Getting shot at. 1 minute. Ring's pretty close.
Scanning the area. Making contact with enemy.
Bakuan, angat.
I downed an enemy. Need to recharge my shield.
Nasa taas na siya?
Shot at. You followed him now, alright? Enemy shield broken.
Evo harvesters are online.
Let's go this shit.
Contact enemy.
Thermite grenade sent. 30 seconds ago. 60s and arrow shot already. Thermite scanning the area.
Need to recharge my shield.
Gagi.
Falling.
Wow.
10 seconds. The ring's close. Need to recharge my shield. Boy jumping.
Ganyan umakyat? Ganyan umakyat? Nakakasar?
In progress.
Mali yung akit niya, masyado maaga. Hindi dapat siya umakyat
Thermite
doon.
grenade out.
I know if we fought together.
Dapat naghintay bago umakyat. Kasi ang pangit ang pwesto natin.
Bull phase and the advantage. Then we jump. Prepare for battle.
Check that out. Over there looks fun. Forget I said anything. Mira, we should check that out. Mira, school enemies over there. See what I can dig up. Just spotted someone out there. Forget I said anything.
One spot, right side.
Yo, enemy landed near me. Rápido.
Attention. First blood.
Got our first worm food, compadres. Taking fire. Reloading. I'm down. Whew. We actually got heat. Got trouble here.
Malapit lang pala.
The battle belongs to only us now. I'm taking fire. We are inside the ring. Good face. Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Nasaan?
Scan the area.
Dalawang spot.
There are unscotted to be found in this dimension.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Praise the All Father. I've leveled up and have been offered an upgrade.
Puta.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Sabihin kong bakit.
Here's the benefit. The insider.
Bakit ka naman napapakamat? Bakit ka naman magdodrop sa kalaban? Naping na yung kalaban. Ay, nako.
Ready to go.
We've got a job
Let's
to do,
make
so
some new
shoot your
friends
targets.
and then destroy them.
This is your champion.
You better hope I find you before they do.
This is awesome. I'm the jump master.
Darkness lurking below the surface.
Hold your breath. If you have a respiratory system, let's go over there.
Bella, enemies drop down there.
Round one. Beginning ring
Hostile right here.
countdown. Attention. First blood.
Stay one. We're all inside this ring.
Enemy shield run.
Shot at. Enemy shield broke.
Nice one, thank you.
Down one.
Look, you're coming with me.
他们死一个，
Recharging my shield.
Damage over here. Drag it out.
最后一个，最后一个，最后一个，将你们打了。
We should go this way.
Quit lambing, I gotcha.
又来人，
Hostile spotted. Gotta heal. Taking a knee.
Meron lang kayo. Meron ako narinig na.
出嚟啫。
Hostile right here.
Enemy shield cracked. Shield up. Giving my shield to recharge.
It's just you and me, friend. Let's not die.
Care package being delivered.
Incoming care package. I love loot. Let's move this way. More friends are coming to kill us. There's another squad.
Haha, they'll never shoot through this. Firing.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Shield cracked. Reload.
I have been down. Contact with target.
Bakit dalawa yun? Fuck, man!
Hold your breath. If you have a respiratory system,
Comment tayo sa taas. Nakakapit ata. Let's talk na lang. Gagi, wala pa lang taas doon.
first blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
May baril ka?
Round 1. Beginning
Listo.
ring countdown.
Great. Already inside the ring.
Dito sa kabilang side,
Hostile
sir.
right here.
May baril ka ba?
Enemies are shooting at me. Giving my shields a recharge. A champion just fell. They must not be very good. Throwing thermite grenade. Thermite grenade out.
Eagle harvesters are now available.
Side ba?
Let's go this way.
Nag-out ako dyan sa gitna ah. Wala na ako dyan.
Broke that enemy shield. Hurry out.
Double timing it.
Fucking hell, I'm a lot.
Kill leader eliminated.
Very good. We took out the kill leader.
to. One to, one yan. Pressing.
Hostile close.
One yan.
On your feet. Last land's got your back.
I've selected an upgrade. Giving my shields a recharge. I need a standard stock. I'm out of light ammo.
Standard stock here. Level 1. Helps keep that target centered. I need an extended sniper mag.
Aga pa. Sarap sana ano nung ring. Pwede tayo mag-sayon kaya mag-i-scan ako ng ring.
Got an extended energy mag here. Level 3.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 2.
Ano light ammo dyan?
New kill leader appointed.
Keep eyes on the new kill leader.
Wait lang natin yung bilog. Doon lang.
Ooh.
Tingin ako sa bilog para mas scan.
Ring console here. Neat. Hi, friend. Oops.
Nakinuha ko na yung ano.
There's an evil harvester here.
Scanning for the next ring. Check your minimap.
Attention. Delivering replicator.
Left na tayo.
Eyes up. Incoming replicator.
Tower out.
Wait, lapit lang muna tayo dito.
I think we should move that way.
Mas papasok tayo na lang. Pasok tayo.
1 minute. The ring isn't
Hindi
far.
tayo daan. Sa
Let's
kabilang
check
side.
out that way, friends.
Para safe. Unless may mag-rotate din dito.
Enemies have been here.
45 seconds. Ring's just up ahead.
Ito, harap.
There.
Taking fire.
Arc star out.
Half the squad's left. Double timing it.
Down a halo. Gotcha.
I've
Just
chosen
giving
an
my
upgrade,
shields a
and
recharge.
it's chosen me.
Ito.
Hostile spotted.
Aircraft over the above. Taking fire.
10 seconds. The ring is fairly close.
Enemy landed on
Contact with enemy.
Bibinan natin.
progress.
I am taking fire,
Subukan
friends.
ng subukan.
Look out, grenade.
Cracking enemy shield. I'm down.
Giving my shields a recharge.
You should have been more prepared.
Puta nandun
I was.
sila. Weird ng rotation nila pero para sa akin
Ay,
naiisip.
kakain mo na.
Sige.
Dalawang squad yan.
Isa lang. Pangit ng lab. Okay.
Sayang na daw na natin yung isa eh.
Kaya nga eh. Nandun din yung ano. Maglilig na lang muna.
What? Biglang nag-crash yung game ko. What the hell?
Update din.
Who? And he was like the plug. And I mean, the plug means the drug dealer, like the guy. So I was like, oh shit. And that's basically how I found out.
Okay. And then how did you know that he had passed away?
I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago maybe that someone was like, they found a body in Shark River Park. And then I forget who it was.
Who told you that? Do you know?
Eric.
Eric
Eric was at his house. I was at my friend's house. Eric FaceTimed me. He was like, you're not going to believe it. I was like, what? He was like, they found his body. I was like, whose body? He was like, the plugs. I was like, where? He was like in Shark River. And I was like, oh shit.
Okay. And did he know anything more about the circumstances surrounding that?
I mean, as far as he made it seem like it was like he had just seen him.
So Eric made it sound to you. Do you remember?
Well, because he said to me, he was like I was just with him. Like that's crazy to think about. Like it's insane. But I mean, like it's kind of like easy to tell when he's off. And I mean, he was off, but I don't know.
Okay. And did you have any more conversations with Eric about what might have happened to Troop?
He thinks Troop either snitched on somebody and got plugged, or just I mean, I guess there's a bunch of other possibilities.
Like?
I mean, I don't
If you
know
had
anything
to
about it.
venture a guess, opinion.
I mean, if I had to honestly think, because I don't recall exactly what he got arrested for when he did get arrested for like 2 years ago, but he got off like scotch-free. So I would, if someone was higher than him, that would I mean, I don't know. That just looks sketchy. You feel me? Like just someone looking from like the outside,
right?
Like that in itself looks sketchy.
Right.
I could understand that.
Okay.
We are asking these questions because we've been, a lot of detectives have been working on this case for a long time now. And all we're trying to do, Joe, is make sure our evidence matches what you're in here telling us.
Okay.
And that's important. And listen, I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is right now, the first few minutes of our discussion, the evidence hasn't matched up much at all. Truthfulness in here goes a long way in trying to, get to the bottom of these
I understand.
things.
So if you guys want me to be honest, right?
Yes.
You would love me to be truthful. So why don't you guys tell me?
Okay.
We
well,
will.
let me ask you this. How have you ever seen Troop's car, the car that he drives?
Yes.
Okay, what does he drive?
I believe a Jag.
Okay. What kind of Jag? Like anything specific about it? A color, a year?
Anything that might pop into your head about it.
Just that it was a Jaguar.
What's that?
Just that it was a Jaguar.
Do you know what color it was?
No.
Okay, well, when did you last see the Jaguar?
When I was with Eric.
And when was that? I mean, I don't know the last time you saw Eric, so.
A week, 2 weeks,
3.5 weeks ago, approximately.
3.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where did you see Troop in the Jaguar?
Outside of Eric's house.
And where's that at? I don't know where.
Pretty far.
Okay. So you were by yourself, or were you with Eric?
I was with Eric.
Tell me the circumstances.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna come out. Last time I saw Troop was at Eric's house.
Okay.
Eric was picking up from him. I left Eric's house.
No one.
Okay.
Because
that is the last time I saw Troop. Troop went missing 2 days later. That's when he told me. All right.
That's
all
when
I'm
Eric
saying.
told you.
That's when Eric told me he's missing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. About where the last time you saw him. So have you thought at all about what that means? What you're telling me what that means?
I can see that
Have
you
I-
thought about it.
What do you mean?
Well, like you just said, and I'm just gonna replay
Oh no,
what you just said.
I know Eric. Eric's not one that hurts him. I'm not putting it on anyone, but I'm just saying like that was the last time that I had seen Troop.
Was 2 days before he went missing, and it was at Eric's house.
Was at Eric's house.
Okay. Now, has Troop ever come to your house to?
Troop has never come to my house.
Never.
No.
Never come to the area of your home.
Is there proof saying that he has?
Well, this is what I'm trying to gauge,
I
Joe.
know, this is what I'm-
what Pam and I are trying to gauge.
I
here.
understand.
So, we ask you these
With
questions.
your knowledge, has he ever come to your house?
Truple has never come to my house.
Okay, you've never purchased from him come in and drop him off at your house?
I have, like I said, I've purchased from him kind of down the chain, but he's
Sure.
never come to my house.
Let me ask you this question in a slightly different way.
Mhm.
Maybe Troop hasn't come to your house. Has his vehicle come to your house?
Has his vehicle come to my house?
Right.
No. If you could can you put the
Villani is waving all kinds of red flags here, and the police have only been questioning him for a few minutes. For starters, he repeats the questions that the police are asking back to them. This is a common tactic used by people who are nervous or being untruthful in order to buy themselves time to think of a response. But when he does think of a response, it's hostile and accusatory. By asking if police have evidence of True Paul's vehicle outside of his house, he's trying to get information on just how much the police really know. Unfortunately for him, they know plenty. But what exactly they have won't be revealed until it's far too late for him.
Yeah, I wish that, like, the youth, or not youth, but just the public and the private side of things wasn't so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
But we're being nice to you, we're being polite.
We've nothing but been respectful.
But like
You said
this is where I'm coming from, okay? Now you guys are telling me, or not telling me, but you guys are asking me, has this car ever been in front of my house? Which means someone's obviously, someone or something, somehow, you believe this car was in front of my house.
Maybe.
Oh, I understand
Not
that.
all of our questions are, the answers are yes.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, for that particular question, let's just say if you were to say, we know the car was on 3rd Ave in Long Branch, okay? You could just be saying that to me, could you not?
Unless we had evidence to back it up.
Exactly, but would you be able to show me that evidence if I were to ask, can I see the evidence?
Well,
Can
I would show you at certain times. I would definitely show you
Can I
that
please
evidence.
see
Let me
what
ask you this, did you ever, were you ever in his car? Have you ever gotten in his car?
Can I just please, I would like to answer questions once I can
Well,
see.
Joe, that defeats the purpose of the questions, right? And I'll just explain it to you.
Okay.
We come in here and bring the 8 boxes, the 8 mailboxes that we have, mailboxes being the big brown boxes. I want to clarify that. In here, with the pictures, the surveillance, the interviews, the statements that this investigation has entailed, it takes the credit. It takes Joe from telling us facts that he wants to get his side, his facts out.
Okay.
All right? Believe me, Ham and I are not opposed to showing you the evidence, but it is not going to be show you the evidence so you can kind of then curtail your answers. I'm being honest with you.
It's just the truth.
Okay.
Right, I'm being honest with you, Joe, and I want your honesty with us.
All right. Ask good questions?
So, have you ever been in Troop's car? Did you ask?
Yes.
Okay, when were you in the car?
Truple picked me up once,
When was that?
about 2 months ago.
2 months. And where'd you guys go?
He just picked me up real quick, gave me some stuff.
Fair enough. And I want you to know I don't care about that.
All right, I'm
All right?
just
That's
gonna
not
give
what
quick
this is
answers
about.
because I do want to go home tonight.
All
I
right.
plan on going home tonight.
When was the last time that you were in his car? About.
I don't remember.
Okay, when was the last time you saw his car? Was it that time at Eric's or was it another time?
more? I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
Can I go back and ask when that car, if that car, do you recall now, was ever by your house?
I don't remember.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever been in possession of that car without Troop having that car?
I have not. I've never. I've never been in the car without Truth.
Okay. But have you ever been in control of that car without him?
In
Has he ever
control.
given you the car?
In control.
Meaning
having the keys and taking the car. And then
I
saying,
have
"Hey,
not driven.
have you
that
ever
vehicle.
taken off without
I
his
have
car?
not driven that vehicle. No.
Has anybody else that you know driven that vehicle?
No.
Oh.
No one.
Not driven it.
What does that mean?
I don't. I mean, Eric's been in it probably, but that's it.
None of your other friends have been in that car?
18 na. Wow. Like that.
You know it's out there. We have the car, right?
Mm-mm.
So, there's things in that car that will point us to people that you may know
All right.
have been in the car.
We're
I
trying
knew
to
it
give
was
you
a
the
stolen car.
opportunity. We're trying to give
I
you
thought
the
it was a stolen car.
All right, that's
I
fair.
didn't go in it. I didn't touch it. All right. I did not touch it.
All right.
Didn't touch the car.
All right, that's
Didn't
fair.
touch the
I don't
car.
know. Just
I
tell
don't-
me when that was. Like you saw the car, so you didn't
All
touch
right.
it.
So I knew it was parked on. I told Tyler that it was a friend's car.
Who's Tyler?
You know who Tyler is. Come on,
But it's
guys.
up to you to tell
Tyler.
the
You
truth.
guys know who Tyler
This is
All right.
us speaking.
I'm not
All right,
denying
all right,
that
look,
we don't know who
I
Tyler
get it,
is.
I get it.
But he was trying to.
Give you the opportunity to be truthful.
All right, I'm being truthful.
We just have
I
to
know.
be.
I know about the car. That's it. That's it.
All right, so start.
The car was unlocked.
Where?
It was on. It was in Asbury on Langford.
Okay.
It was in Asbury on Langford. I told Tyler that the car was unlocked, and that he could. Cause my shop, that big auto body shop right there. I'm there, right next to it.
Got it.
Like right there. I'm there all the time,
Asbury
and that's when I
Langford.
saw the
Ouch,
car. I walked
what
past
the fuck?
it. I went like this, lifted the door handle, saw it was unlocked, and I told Tyler, because I know Tyler steals shit all the time.
Okay.
So I told him to go through it.
So you told him to go through it, but did you tell him to take it anywhere?
No, he didn't drive that car anywhere.
You didn't drive it anywhere?
He didn't drive that anywhere.
Okay. Did he take anything out of it?
Probably.
Like what?
I don't think so.
He wouldn't have told you. I mean, say, this is what I don't get. I mean, you're telling him, saying, hey, listen. And listen, I'm not judging you for it. Hey, there's something in that car that might look good. It's an open Jag.
Yeah.
Go take a look. Go take a look at it. Now, if he comes across an item of value, I'm sure a guy like
Because
you.
he said he was looking for a car to drive because he didn't have a car right now.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Got it. All right.
Less than 10 minutes ago, Villani claimed that he had never even met True Paul and that he instead bought his substances through Eric, a friend of True Paul. But now he's stating that True Paul would sometimes pick him up at his house. So we have lie number 1. But what Villani doesn't know is that the investigators have just cornered him with lies 2, 3, and 4. It's only a matter of time before it comes back to bite him.
Next question.
Um,
Sorry,
No, I like
not
your-
getting
I
a
like
good
your-
vibe from this right now.
You're not getting
Well,
a good vibe
I
from
just
us?
feel like something's off. Something's very, very off.
Joe, this is what's off.
because
We
truth
don't want the
is,
truth.
truth is now dead. That's
I know,
what's
and I'm
off.
trying
Would
to
you
be
not
honest
agree?
with. No, I'm trying to be honest with you guys, and I'm trying to help you. But it's
Yeah.
really like I don't know. I've been in a lot of situations before where it's all where everyone. I'm not saying you guys, but they just is it this? They try to mind fuck you. I'm sorry.
We're not trying to
We're
mind fuck
asking
you, Joe. I understand some of these questions are directed, and they're going to be. And then we are going to show you exactly routes of vehicles and routes of people and electronic equipment and tracking reports and all things like that. I promise we will lay it all.
Like you think I'm very guilty.
Okay.
I didn't
Listen,
men-
you know what?
I
I'm
didn't
going to
mention
share
you,
something.
That's
Joe,
what
at
that
all.
just
I'm
felt
going to
like.
share
Joe,
with
I
you
didn't mention
something
that. I'm
about
sorry
that
if
case.
Just
that's
please,
something.
look,
Absolutely.
I'm asking.
I'm going
Shed
to
some light
share
on me.
something with you you may not know. I'm going to share with you the way that Troop died.
Okay.
Okay? Troop died because he was shot.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to ask you point blank. Do you have a gun?
I do not own a gun.
Does anybody in your family own a gun?
My dad.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a 9mm Taurus and a 357 Magnum.
Okay. You don't use those guns, I presume?
No.
Never used them?
Never used the guns.
Okay. Any other guns that he might have used that are in your house or you have access to?
No.
Does
Okay.
your dad shoot those guns regularly?
No.
I mean, do you remember the last time your dad
I was
shot
like
him?
in 5th grade.
The last time he shot him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where does your dad keep them? Does he keep them locked up? in
Yeah, he has them
security?
locked up.
Okay. Do you have a key to?
I do not.
Okay.
Have you ever shot him?
No. And that's fine because I know. And
Does your
again,
dad? Is
hold
your
on,
dad
ready?
make?
'Cause, hold on,
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I know
No.
you're getting this info from Tyler, and I don't care what this man says. He was on my good. Hold on, no, I'm sorry. Let me.
Go ahead,
Please.
I'm sorry.
This man came to my house multiple times. He's my friend.
Who?
I know you guys are talking
Tyler.
about Tyler. He's the one that gave you the information about my parents' guns. I'm not stupid. Let's just be real here. This months ago, I let him hold a sniper rifle. A sniper rifle.
I guess it's your dad.
Yeah, I let him hold it, and like, what? I don't get what the issue is.
There's no issue.
There's no issue.
I know, but why is my father's stuff
So we're
being brought up
asking.
on this?
Joe,
We're
but it's
just
our
asking
duty
you.
to ask,
We
and we
gotta
would
ask
tell
you.
you.
Come on, that's just not cool though. Like, why is my father being brought up?
Your father's not being brought into this.
Not at all.
But Joe,
Wouldn't it
We
be
have
right
to-
of us
it's
to
our
ask those
job
questions?
to ask those
Understand.
questions.
Understand. No, I
and
don't.
let you
No, I
tell
don't
us
have a
otherwise.
firearm. No, I haven't used a firearm. Last time I've seen him shoot it, 5th grade.
Okay.
It's a long time ago.
Yes, very.
So, you said that you were never, with Troop's car. You saw it on the, street, and that's what happened, right? And that's what you told Tyler over. Am I right on that?
Okay.
Yeah, and I just wanna make sure, right? That's what you said, you were on the street.
Yes, no, or no comment.
At
Just
the
so we're
auto
clear.
body place, and you pulled on the thing, you didn't know it was Troop's car, correct? I just wanna make sure I'm clarifying.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can absolutely see.
Is be able to
There's your car. There's the job.
explain what this is all about without because
Okay, hon.
without explanations. There could be a simple explanation for this, Joe. Well,
We know that this isn't,
All right.
okay, you
All I'm gonna
understand
say,
what I'm
all I'm gonna tell you guys is this right now.
Okay.
Okay, you guys have a lot in this picture, right? That's all I'm gonna say. You know who's in that car. All right. Do you have my fingerprints on that car? On the inside of that car?
Listen, we're talking about, you just didn't tell us the truth
Okay,
about
all
what's
right,
going
all
on.
right,
with
okay,
that.
I'm
So
trying
let's-
to, I'm
So,
trying to.
dude, let's not turn this back around on us. Let's turn this back around on the fact that you weren't being honest. So let's clear that up. Okay?
Clearing it up isn't going to go well for Villani, especially since he involved so many of his friends in his crime. Multiple friends had statements to make about moving the car, specifically about Villani asking them for help moving it. There's not an innocent explanation for that, though he is going to try to come up with one.
So, I was supposed to meet up with Stripper, okay? I was gonna buy some weed off him.
And what day was this?
This was Sunday.
Sunday
this
before
week?
this date, because this is on the 9th.
Yeah, this is Sunday.
So that would be on the 5th.
Oh wait, no, so...
What?
wait,
Drop
this is-
kick? No. What I die?
this is the 9th.
I'm trying to think. It was either like a Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
But
And
this-
he said
but a
he
couple
was
weeks
going
ago.
to his friend's house in Asheville. He was supposed to come to my house, right? And he was supposed to come to my house. I told him, you know, can you wait a little bit? I won't be home. I won't be home yet. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to my friends in Asbury. So he came to my house. He was there for like 5 minutes, and then I still wasn't home yet. So he went to his friends in Asbury. I don't know where, who, why, what in Asbury. I'm sorry, this is just very...
I understand it, Joe. Take your time.
Take your
a
time.
deep breath.
You know it's important.
This is
I just know I'm not innocent. I know I'm not guilty. I'm just not trying to do this. There's got to be a bigger story, because the way this was all left, the way it looks, is so fucked.
That's why it's so
That's
important
why it's
for
up to
you.
you to explain.
As a mom, my heart is going out to you right now. Because I know you're in a situation where you kind of dug yourself
But I
a
don't
hole.
know anything. I just know how the car got there. I just
Okay.
know how. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's start with that, okay, hon?
Please, that's all I
Alright.
know. I'm so
No.
scared. This is a murder. I want to
You
leave
can
for
be
the
my kid
Marines.
right
I want to,
now.
but I want to leave for the Marines, ma'am. I'm not a bad kid. I got
You're not a
arrested for
bad kid.
weed. All right, I just know how the car got there.
I
know.
Please.
So then let's start with how did the car get there? So you talk to him on the 9th. You say to him that, you know, you want to buy from him. He was gonna come to your house, but he was at a friend's and you weren't at your house yet, so you
And I
said,
told Tyler to move the car, and that's where he moved the car.
well, let me
That's
just,
all
I
I'm
wanna,
saying. I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
you don't wanna talk to us anymore,
That's
or
all
you
I'm
wanna
saying.
talk about
That's where
that?
I moved the car. I'm trying to help you guys. Please.
Why
Wait, I just wanna
Why-
clarify what you're saying. Are you saying that you don't wanna talk about this particular thing anymore?
I'm telling you where I moved. I had the car moved. I didn't move it. I told Tyler, get in the car and move it here. I want to go through it.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
I
but
knew
you
it was
just,
Trooper's car, and I knew he was on that street, and I
But
knew he
listen.
leave his keys in his car.
sweetie, I listen, I wanna be
I don't want to go to
respectful.
jail. Like I didn't do anything wrong. Like I moved the car. Yeah, okay. I guess you kind of say that I helped
But
take
Joe,
the car
but
away.
Joe, we're only looking to try to figure out what happened to Troop.
I know, and I'm trying to help
And
you
we're
guys.
trying to put a
But
puzzle
you guys are really
together.
trying to make me feel guilty.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to
Joe,
make you
we're
guys
not
feel that
trying
way.
to make you feel guilty. We're
We just
trying to
want,
work
we wanna,
together here.
Yes,
we
I
wanna
moved
be
the
able
car.
to paint the
I moved
entire
the car.
picture,
I knew
okay?
he told me he was parked on 4th.
Mhm.
I knew he left his keys in his car, and I thought that there would be drugs in the car. I know he drives with a shit ton of drugs in the car all the time. It was there, and there was nothing in the car. So I left the car. I told Tyler to just leave. I didn't even go back. I told Tyler to leave the car.
Okay. All right.
Trying to get the truth, and again, like I said earlier, the truth sets us free in here.
But it doesn't set anyone free.
But it does, because
It
hear me
doesn't.
out. Let me
All right.
explain. If your concern is you don't want to be grouped in this murder, but at the same time, all the information that you've been giving us so far in our defense has been wrong, and then only after you're shown pictures or data, then it changes. So what Pam and I would like, Joe, is to work together. We just want to work together with you in this to get all the facts so we can put you out of the equation. But without you coming and being forthcoming with this, Joe, I can't do it. You're hurting right now. I can tell that.
I think what hurts me the most is that I've already talked too much. And I think what hurts me the most right now is that I am sitting in this room with you guys, okay? You've all been very polite to me, or at least I've thought this whole time, which you have been.
I think so.
And Pam, I'd just like to say it. You're a very respectful woman, but the way you're coming at me is really making me more anxious about the scenario.
Okay. Well, I apologize
And I'm
for that. I
not
don't
trying to
mean
come at
make
you
you
personally.
anxious.
All right. And I know that you want to figure this out.
I
Okay?
do.
I get it.
And I
all right?
want to figure it out without having to kind of confront you with information.
We don't like this. We don't like going to
I'm gonna
battle.
tell you this right now. All right. I would like for this to be the last talk. Please. If let's just say right now, okay? If I say that I want to stop talking, you guys put me in cuffs? You guys are gonna put me in cuffs?
Well, we have to, this is what would happen.
Like, come on.
If Joe says, I want to stop talking, well within your right, we read your Miranda, you understand that?
I understand.
So this is what would happen. So we have prosecutors outside. We have interviews going on right now with people that are affiliated with you. In the next 3 rooms, the people, everyone that you can think might be involved is either here or already been here. So we would go back in there, take those boxes of evidence, take the boxes
Grabe
of
naman yan.
surveillance, take the boxes of phone data, GPS data, what we were looking for.
Okay. All right.
I was just
You
looking
gotta-
for
You
you.
just gotta leave this. This has to end. This has to go. This has to end. I want my girlfriend out of here.
So what? How's that going to happen?
Just want her out. I know she had nothing to do with this. Want her out.
Well, then, I mean, you just have to be the one to tell us that.
Yeah.
You tell us
How's
that.
that happen?
You tell us that, Joe.
Well, no, I mean, she, whatever has anything to do with this, the car, I stole the car, like, she's got nothing to do with that.
We're still, but we're not
working on a
investigating
murder
the
here,
stolen
Joe.
car.
All right.
We're working on a
Shit,
murder.
goddamn. Well, I mean, I didn't murder anybody, so what else you guys need me to say? Because, all right, I had the car.
Did you ever move the car did you ever move the car once it was at your house?
No, didn't move the car once it's at my house.
Unfortunately for Villani, once more, the officers have footage that contradicts him saying that the car wasn't moved away from his home. Seeing this footage leaves Villani with only one option, admitting that he moved the car.
Oh, shit. Yes, I did commit a criminal act. I did go in the car. I did steal the watch and stuff, but...
Well, we don't care about
That's not
that.
what we're
I know,
investigating.
I understand, but I'm just saying, I was literally just so quick to get out of the car, not
Understood.
touch anything, and then once that car got moved to Langford, anything after that, I have no clue about what happened to that car.
Okay.
Anyone that
But
touched it.
when that got moved to Langford, that was on, actually, 2 days after you had the car.
Understand.
Right.
Okay.
The 6th.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the 6th
So
and
the
the 8th.
6th, you were supposed to meet him, and you
Again,
say
I
you
don't
didn't.
remember what dates.
You say you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're telling me that he must have left his phone in the car.
There was a bag of stuff, because I'm telling you, I know that people like that do use multiple phones, so I'm saying
I agree 100%.
It's not uncommon.
I agree.
And
I'm not gonna deny that.
No, that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
And I'm,
Okay. And you went back to your house right away with it, the car?
Went back to my house right away with it.
Okay. And you didn't touch that car at all until you brought the car down to Langford, right?
Well, no, I told you the one time when I went out to the car with the police officer, I went to go through the car, that's it.
Okay. But that's it?
Other than that, yeah, I told you when I grabbed the watch and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened to the cell phone?
I don't know.
But
Okay.
this is what,
I'm telling you, I don't know them.
okay, but
I honestly have no clue.
I'm just gonna lay the facts out because you're somebody that enjoys knowing the facts. We know the tracking of the phone. Worked very hard. And
It actually doesn't stay by your house.
right, it moves a short distance, very short distance. So I'm gonna ask you this question because you know, and I start with this because you know, I'm not trying to fool you in any way. You know large stores and you know different businesses nowadays have all kinds of surveillance exterior. I'm telling you that ahead of time.
Okay.
I'm giving you that ahead of time.
I understand.
So my question now is, the phone moves, but it doesn't move very far.
No, what do you mean very far?
It moves very close, actually, in close proximity to your residence. And that's what makes us wonder if the phone might have, listen, if the phone wound up in a garbage can, if the phone wound up in a storage bin, if the phone wound up anywhere, to us, it's our job, our bosses come to us and want to know step by step, A through Z. So it might not make a hill of beans in the report. However, if I can't answer to my boss, Pam can't answer to her boss.
The phone ended up somewhere close to me?
The phone moved, but it moved a very short distance.
I understand, but I'm telling you, you guys always say that you catch me alive, but I'm telling you right now, I didn't touch the phone. Didn't even know that there was a phone. I'm being honest with you guys. Being honest with you.
You didn't know there was a phone?
Did not.
Okay.
So when did you find the phone in the bag?
I'm not telling you whether you don't believe shit. I'm trying to be honest with you guys. Okay, I fucked up. I tried covering up a little shit here and there, but I want to go home tonight. And the only reason why I want to go home tonight is because I want to see my beautiful mother. I miss her, so I'm trying to be as honest with you guys right now as possible.
We appreciate that.
All right, and I'm sorry I've been such an asshole and not being completely honest, and that's the same thing.
That's part of our job.
Joe Villani has no idea that it's not just location services and GPS coordinates that show he's lying about True Paul's cell phone. It's also the texts that detectives will soon uncover on his phone. He did indeed know where the cell phone was, and he wasn't alone in that knowledge.
Sometimes people make impulse decisions. I make them. I wouldn't be divorced if I didn't make impulse decisions.
It was just there. I took the car. I didn't think this would ever happen. I never even thought.
Sometimes people make impulse decisions. I think that was an impulse decision.
But an impulse decision to take the car and then it turns into a murder, like.
But that's a mistake.
But now I'm being here.
Well, what do you think happened to True?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, he was supposed to meet with you, right?
Yeah. Yes, and he never came to my house. I took his car. I know he never showed up.
But you have to understand from our perspective, if you're sitting there the detective and I'm the bad guy, and you and Pam are investigating me, all right? I want you just to be put in my seat for a minute.
Yeah.
True goes missing the same day of the deal that's supposed to happen with you. You have communication with him. The car then winds up in front of your house.
Yes.
After he's done
The detectives know just how close they are to making Villani crack. All they need is one more piece of evidence and a clear strategy. As they try to step out of the room to get it, Villani stops Pam, who has taken on a gentle, motherly role that seems to make him feel safe. By the way, if you're finding the video interesting so far, please do us a favor. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really supports the channel. Now, let's dive back in.
Can I talk to you, please?
Yeah, what's up?
You want me to step out, Joe?
Please.
You know what we're asking. We haven't lied to you. We haven't lied.
I understand. I'm not going down. I didn't do anything. I still
Then hold us.
I'm trying, but how am I supposed to? I can't. I don't know.
So here's the thing. You got to tell us everything else that you know. You got to stop lying and trying to cover up the things that you have done because you know that that's not. I don't care about some weed. I don't care about a watch. I don't care about moving or
I
staying.
know you care about the murder, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm literally telling you everything I know, but I don't know anything.
Wah, swerte niya. Boy siya, yun. Patay.
Water? Give me a couple minutes, all right?
Fuck! Why did I steal this fucking car? Dumb! I didn't do anything wrong. I took the car. Joseph, you're a fucking idiot. You're a dumbass. Alright, well, tell me the truth about how you knew the car was there. Oh, you moved it. Come on, don't fuck up this time, please. Stop lying, Joe. You got a bad enough habit of lying. Let's do it.
What Joe doesn't seem to realize here is that legally, he's allowed to leave the interrogation room as long as he's not under arrest. Police have never explicitly told him that he isn't allowed to leave, nor have they truly answered whether he will be staying the night there. If he called an attorney, he would be in a much better position. Instead, he is sitting in a room talking to not just himself, but the camera. While the talking could be an attempt at self-soothing, it can also be an attempt to manipulate the detectives watching into thinking that he really did just steal the car.
This is what we're going to tell you too, and I feel like we're doing you a favor here of telling you this before you tell us the final song, the final version. Okay, Joe? What we want to do is we want to make sure that those that have had some involvement in this, give us their story.
Okay.
At the same time, Joe, what we want to do is we want to separate those
Oh shit.
that have had no dealings with this.
What'd you tell
Oh.
Raquel about what happened?
Because we know that there was conversation, so I'm trying to kind of give you, Joe, little hints here, but it's important.
And here's the thing. If your story doesn't match up with her story, then one of you is lying. And you want her to get out of here soon.
That's how people wind up involved in investigations.
Joe has absolutely no idea that Raquel has lawyered up and shut her mouth. If he really wanted to protect Raquel, he would do the same. Unfortunately for him, law enforcement has plenty of evidence implicating both of them, including some of the most disturbing text messages that our team here at the Villains has ever seen.
I told her that I was going to take the car.
Okay.
Told her that I found the watch. Told her that we moved it to Langford.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what I should know.
Did you have a conversation with her about Truth gone missing?
Yeah.
Does she know True?
No.
Never met him?
She never met him.
Okay.
So you talked to her about him going missing?
Do you remember what the conversation was about? About, what you said to her?
No, I don't.
You don't remember if you said, hey, guy I deal with, or I was supposed to buy from the other day, just got, just shut up.
I know we had a conversation, but I honestly don't.
Okay.
You know what? Do me one huge favor.
What's that?
Can you please step out of here for 2 minutes?
Yeah, not a problem. Here's your time.
Thank you.
You got it.
Man to man, you're sitting across the table looking me in the eyes.
I'll answer anything you want.
You guys asked me multiple times tonight to tell you the truth about what happened to Troop. Leading me to, I guess, go back and you guys already know what you think you know. All right, and you guys are much smarter than everyone else thinks you are, and I'm not dumb. I know you guys are smart people.
Thank you.
Okay. So tell me, man to man, we're sitting in this room. You guys have all the evidence you could possibly say. You got 8 boxes.
We do.
What's going on?
This is what I will tell you.
Kumunat ako bigla. Na-beat siya.
We didn't just happen upon you tonight. We have the 8 or 9 boxes of evidence, and we have been on this. I kid you not, I've probably done 4 hours of sleep in the last 4 or 5 days. All that being said, everything I've told you in the beginning, which leads up to what I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry if I kicked you that night. Which leads up to the beginning is we tried to go after the people that we think can paint the picture for us. We try to analyze the incident itself. We did analyze this incident.
Chili oil.
We don't
Chili
believe
oil,
this
chili
was
oil.
a premeditated. Let me take that back. We believe that a part of what happened to True Pal might have been premeditated. What we don't believe, what I don't believe, I should say, is I don't believe anybody intended for somebody to get hurt. You have to think carefully, because, again, we already have the answers that I'm going to be asking you. Could there be any evidence, anything linking to Patel located in your car, her car, or the house? Because if there is, now is the time before we.
Yeah, we're in my house?
Wow.
That'd be a possibility?
Well, that's a possibility.
Wow. That's fucking nuts. No.
But let me ask you, Joe.
No.
Joe, it's.
How you guys doing?
No, that's, I mean,
few
yeah,
more
I didn't think
minutes?
it would get that serious, but no, there's nothing in there, you're fine.
No, I mean,
more
can
minutes?
she come back?
You can come back in. I'm just really feeling like very, very sick.
I know you are. I
Very
know you
sick.
are, Joe. And what I was just telling Joe, and I'll just recap it for parents. You know, Joe wanted to know about going home tonight, and I explained to him that.
I just wish you guys would be more real with me. Like, come on.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
like,
be as real as
look, you guys
possible.
are smart as shit. We all know that. Like, come on. Like,
Joe, we told you that there's more that you're not telling us, and we know it.
I'm gonna vomit.
Oh, if you're gonna vomit, then we're gonna have to take you somewhere, because I will
Want
vomit.
me to get you
if
a trash
vomit.
bag? Yeah. Can I get
This
you
is
something?
just too much. Like, I'm honestly.
Are you serious? Are you gonna vomit? You want me to get you a garbage can?
Let me just relax. 2 seconds.
I'm gonna
2
get it
seconds.
for you, all right? Let
That's
me
a
do
good
that.
call. That's a good call, because I will definitely get sick if he vomits.
The realization that law enforcement is about to search his house makes him sick to his stomach. And it has every reason to, because at his house, officers found plenty of evidence linking him to the murder of Trupal Patel. Law enforcement uncovered bullets matching those that were used in Trupal's murder in the garage of the home that he shared with his parents. But the most incriminating evidence of all are the rust-colored specks on the ground. The specks tested positive for blood. And very quickly, that blood was confirmed to belong to Trupal Patel. Investigators had found the scene of the crime, but now will they be able to get a confession?
Raquel's being very forthcoming.
Raquel's being very forthcoming, so.
Because she knows that her back's against the wall.
She is, I mean, if she truly wasn't involved, I would
All right.
imagine.
It's a big deal, Bob. I will tell you that Raquel is telling us a lot.
Like what?
In reality, Raquel isn't even in the police department anymore. But if Joe finally discloses the truth, that can be changed.
Let me put it to you this way. You tell us what we want to know and the whole truth about everything that happened to True. And you do it now, and before she walks out the door, I'll see what I could do about you guys spending a moment together.
Before she walks out the door. So she is going home today.
Well, if
That's up to you.
That's yes.
That's, That's your decision.
My life's over.
Why? You're young. You're 20, what?
Yo, I'm about to go on vacation. I'm supposed to leave for the Marines. My life's fucking over now. I'm sorry. Like, that's gonna happen.
He's coming out, okay?
Nah, like, that's gonna happen.
So
I
instead,
know
you
no
get
one makes
exercise.
promises, but
High roller, but
We can't, to be honest with you, we're not even allowed to discuss that kind of stuff.
No, we don't make promises, but I have seen people
Bounce back.
turn their life around from things like this.
I have nothing left. Like, there's people that have something that they can grab onto. That girl in that room is the last thing that I have left. The last thing. There is no, oh yeah, you have something holding you, making you want to strive to do better. That girl in there brought me from 0 to 100. She has brought me down from the lowest point I could ever be, and I don't care if she were to even say if I did everything, that is still the love of my life.
I get that. She
All right,
cares about you.
All right, so
There's no doubt the love between the two of you exists.
Oh fuck!
We all
Oh fuck!
see it, we all feel it.
And I think she wants you
I
to
feel
do
like
the right
something's
thing.
wrong. Something's wrong here. I feel like you guys, someone's lying to me.
Who?
I don't know. Someone's lying to me.
Listen, she's in a tough spot, wouldn't you agree? Am I wrong?
Yeah, she's in a tough spot, but I don't want to be lied to.
We haven't lied to
I haven't said
at
anything
all
untrue.
this evening since I met you, Joe. And nor has Pam.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. No, I'm dying. 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 I'm
Why
dying.
are
I'm
you
dying.
saying
I'm
that?
dying.
Why are you saying that?
I'm gonna write down 2 notes. All right. If you guys want to give me time, I'm gonna write down just 2 notes. I would like them both to be given to Raquel.
Absolutely.
All right, and once you guys are welcome to look at them before it's as soon as I give them to you, you guys can do whatever you want. But I would rather.
I promise you.
I want
will
one
take it
to
down.
be brought to. Well, I want both of them to be brought to Raquel. One's gonna be for Raquel. One's gonna be for my mom.
You got it.
Yeah.
The detectives leave Joe alone to write his letter. When they return, they know that they have to take a gentle approach. Because Joe has spoken at length about his fear of his parents turning on him and his struggles with abandonment issues, detectives know that the best approach is to act as caring stand-ins for parental figures. And it works, although the result is heartbreaking all around.
Oh, Gil.
Why is that? You killed Trooper? Oh.
Just tell her. We know it was a mistake.
We've talked with you for a long time. We've never felt that you were once planned for.
No, I don't think you set out for this to happen.
Okay, I did it. Raquel had nothing to do with it. I had told her I had done it, but that's it. She had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
All right, I want her out. Look, I told you guys what I did.
Well, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we have to just get some details.
I believe you.
No,
100%.
I can't. I really don't want to go into details. Just cuff me, take me where you guys gotta take me. You gotta let her out.
This isn't how we play the game.
We don't
we
just
have, like I said, we have voices to call and.
Fuck.
The hard part is over, man. The hard part is over. You made your determination.
All right, I did it. Right, that's it. I said it. You guys got me.
No, you did what? You blew your nose? I mean, you have to give us some details.
I don't know.
We don't know all, and we don't know every bit of the minutia.
I need you to help us.
I really don't know if I can. Like, I really don't know if I can.
Come on.
Ganito na lang. Oh.
There is like a really, and I'm telling you this just from the one side of me. I don't care what your boss said. No, he's not going home tonight. There is a very huge side of me that wants to call upon a lawyer and get me out of here tonight.
Okay.
But I'm asking you guys. To help me. I'm asking from parents, help me as someone you're looking down upon. Help.
We do care about you. This is what I will say, and Pam is going to echo the same sentiments, and everyone in that room in the back is going to echo the same sentiments. We explain your rights to you, and we do it, and Pam did it in such a way because it's important to us, and it's important. I just need you to listen to this. And it's important that you understand and that we respect everything about what we read to you on that paper. It's more than just a paper with words, okay? It's very important.
How do I get a lawyer, though? Like, how does
You
that
asked
happen?
for it, this is how it's gonna happen. We are gonna be done because you mentioned an interest in an attorney. And when the investigation is complete, when there are charges filed, then you can be afforded an attorney. What we will do now is we will stop all communication as far as questioning goes with you to adhere to your rights. And then,
But then we'll keep in touch with you about what's going on, okay?
the charges, you'll be, that'll be signed and things like that. We'll let you know what's going on.
Okay.
All right, man? Best of luck.
Do you need anything else? Do you have water? Do
Kaya
you
ba?
need
Kaya
anything
nila.
else? Can I get you
Nice.
something?
Armed with a confession from Joe, even one as simple as "I did it" gives detectives all they need. After all, they can get the details from Raquel, who they bring back in
Grabe,
for
wasak
questioning
sila.
following Joe's arrest. And as
Nakadraw
much
your
as Joe
sword.
wants Raquel to escape any legal trouble, there
Mas
are
one shot
several
kami lahat
slip-ups in her
dito.
story and text messages that make it hard to escape.
I had called Detective Tazi because your boyfriend just told the other detectives that he told you what happened. And I told her, you need to come back here,
Wala kang ult.
if you would like to just get this behind you and get the weight off your shoulders. Okay? You agreed to come back here, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody is forcing you to do anything, is that correct? You're finally realizing that it's time to do the right thing and to just get this negative stuff out of your body, is that correct? I just want to read to you real quick the Miranda rights that we read to you earlier, okay? I just need you to be truthful. Take a deep breath and tell us what happened.
So Trooper went to Joey's house on Monday, and while I was at work, and they started arguing. I guess it got really physical. Trooper was threatening him that people were gonna come to his house, kill him. Joey freaked out.
You had a conversation with Joey.
What the fuck was that?
When
Joey didn't say anything to me until
Graded Zonias lang pala
he
yun.
saw the Facebook page that said like help find Trooper or missing Trooper or whatever it was called. And then he just looked at me very seriously
kailangan
and
Zonias
said something happened and I can't talk.
Let me ask you a question. When we interviewed, look at me. When we interviewed you the first time, you said something about a gunshot wound to the head. Do you want to know something? Nobody knows about that. What did Joey tell you about that? How did he tell you he killed him?
Shot him.
How many times?
Didn't say that.
Whose gun did he use to shoot him?
What the fuck?
His sister's
Where exactly in the house did this happen?
girl.
What did he do with his body?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Did you see his body?
No.
Did you help clean up?
No.
Do you know where exactly in the garage that he shot him and killed him?
No.
Do you know if he died right away?
No. I have no idea.
do you know if anybody helped you?
Do you feel much better right now that you're finally being honest with us? Look at me.
Yeah.
If one of your family members was murdered, wouldn't you want people to be truthful? Do you know how much satisfaction it's going to give us to be able to go to Truppel's family and tell them the details?
What
of
the
this
hell is
incident?
that?
I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you involved in this murder?
No.
Were you there when Truppel was murdered?
No.
Now, this is an important question with regards to the what we call desecration of human remains. Basically, dumping a dead body on the roadside. What involvement do you have in that?
Absolutely zero.
Whose
Raquel is about to have a breakdown. But before she does that, we think that it's important to finally disclose the text messages that she was exchanging with Joe around the time of the murder. These are not the texts of someone who only found out days after the murder. These are the texts of someone who was directly involved on the day that True Paul was killed. The texts include the following. You need to clean the bullets. Take your time bleaching everything, the whole entire door and inside. Babe, you need to move that car. It's too important. Like ASAP. People will start noticing he's not answering. And lastly, a text sent 2 weeks after the murder reading, the best way to get away with murder is to smile. Huh. She won't be smiling for much longer. For now, the detectives are happy to treat Raquel like a victim. And though she might not have physically pulled the trigger, she had no problem reaping the rewards of her boyfriend's dirty deeds. Evidenced by this footage, where Joe puts money stolen from True Paul into his own account, and she is happily beside him. Ultimately, Joe was charged with aggravated manslaughter and armed robbery, resulting in a 40-year prison sentence. Though he tried to protect his girlfriend, ultimately Raquel got what she deserved. After reviewing the text messages between the two and studying her lack of remorse, a judge sentenced Raquel to 33 years in prison on several charges. Originally, she was offered a 10-year plea deal and denied it. Seems to me that she really believed that smiling would help her get away with murder. Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the cop who turned out to be the BDSM serial killer.
There's an activity or reference to breath play, breath control. That is accomplished through very common BDSM. Can be choking, can be closing off the nose, nostrils, can be rope around the neck, it can be hanging. Many times the person receiving it enjoys that too, kind of like an autoerotic type of effect.
This is 50-year-old Steven Zelich casually explaining to detectives the concept of breath control in the world of BDSM, a term that stands for bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, and sadomasochism. But despite his calm and collected demeanor, Steven is sitting in that interrogation room as the prime suspect of a chilling double homicide. On June 5th, 2014, 2 bags were discovered along the side of a rural road in the small town of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Inside the bags were human remains so decomposed that they could no longer be identified. The gruesome discovery was made by an unsuspecting highway worker who immediately called the police after catching the unmistakable stench of rotting flesh. When police opened the bags, they found one body in each. And while both bodies were in advanced stages of decomposition, they showed differing levels of decay. The body in the black bag was clearly female, with a ball gag still lodged in her mouth and a rope tightly wrapped around her neck. Meanwhile, the body in the pink bag was wrapped in a plastic wrap and had been completely mummified, with one hand protruding from the plastic. It was obvious that both the victims had been murdered a long time ago. However, no one could have predicted that it was an act of pleasure that led to this horrifying scene, and the killer behind them was someone meant to serve and protect the public. The police began combing through missing persons reports, hoping to find a match for the body in the black bag. And before long, they got a lead. The victim was identified as 37-year-old Laura Simonson, who had been reported missing by her mother after she failed to come home for over 3 weeks. As a divorced single mother of 7 children, this was completely out of character and immediately raised alarms. But while the police were able to identify Laura Simonson through her tattoos and DNA, the second victim presented a far greater challenge. DNA testing yielded no matches, and the body was so heavily mummified that no identifying features remained. With no leads, the victim was labeled Jane Doe. In an effort to uncover her identity, forensic experts constructed a facial reconstruction. However, the haunting image provided little hope of someone recognizing a loved one, leaving the mystery unsolved. For Laura, however, the police already had a solid lead. When she was reported missing, The Minnesota police issued a crime alert, which caught the attention of a manager at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Rochester. The manager vividly remembered seeing Laura at the hotel, but she wasn't alone. She was accompanied by a man. Although the CCTV footage of Laura arriving at the hotel had already been erased, footage from the following day, November 3rd, 2013, provided a crucial breakthrough. It captured the same man leaving the hotel alone. Laura wasn't with him. The hotel manager later confirmed he paid for their stay in cash before leaving alone. So, when Laura's body was found stuffed in a suitcase, the case shifted from a missing person investigation to an active murder case. The man seen with her at the hotel was now confirmed as one of the last people to see her alive. However, it wouldn't take very long for him to become the prime suspect in the case, because the rope around Laura's neck revealed not just her DNA, but also his. And while the investigators didn't know exactly how Laura had been killed, her online activity painted a grim picture. She had arranged to meet someone from a site called collarme.com, a platform for BDSM enthusiasts. The user she had been speaking with went by the username Mr. Handcuffs, and his profile picture confirmed he was the same man that police had identified from the hotel's CCTV footage, Steven Zelich.
Oh, fuck.
His profile also revealed a twisted fixation with dominance and control, an obsession he would refuse to accept throughout the course of the investigation. Zelich had given Laura explicit instructions: cut all ties with her family, sell her van, block her credit cards, and then come to him. She was meant to live under his control as his slave every hour of every day. The investigators now had enough to drag Zelich in for an interrogation. And on June 25th, 2014, Zelich was finally brought in for questioning.
Dos.
That's your base, that's your... Yeah, you want it? No, I trust you. Your career, as you, I would never be sitting with someone in custody who still has a bad nut. I know. I'm not going to strip it. I've been so aware of that.
At first glance, the scene might look strange. It's almost unheard of to allow a criminal to hold on to any kind of weapon in an interrogation room. But the detectives had a calculated reason. By letting Zelich keep his baton, they wanted him to feel a sense of familiarity, as if he was speaking to his peers, since he was an ex-cop himself.
This is not a part of the investigation similar to last time. Right. And I'm not going back to work. Steve, the DA issued a warrant for your arrest. And that's on DNA evidence.
Zelich was already on the cops' radar when Laura Simonson disappeared. His face had popped up clear as day on the Microtel Hotel's CCTV footage. But this time, he knew that it wasn't just a simple missing persons case anymore. He was in way deeper, and there was no easy way out. The police had already secured a warrant to search Zelich's house and computers. Knowing that he couldn't escape what was coming, he confessed almost immediately.
So, in this case, there was a rope around her neck. It would be tightened and then released.
No! Nag-heal!
Released, to where, we have this control. And that's, in this case, we're also causing excitement and all of that, and did not basically have the rope around her neck and pulled it either hard enough and long enough without releasing it. Okay. And result in her death.
But he wasn't about to let it seem intentional. Instead, he claimed it was an accident, that he went too far during an act of pleasure and lost control. However, the detectives weren't buying it. Zelich had caused the deaths of 2 women on separate occasions in an eerily identical manner, and had kept their bodies hidden for months. On top of that, Zelich had a history of harassing women, a behavior that had eventually forced him to resign from his position as a police officer.
As chief and as an administrator for many years, I was able to call him business owner, calling Steve to complain the squad was in the area too often. Do you know why she would call? No, that seems unusual to me also. Most businesses like this. Never was I pushy or lying. I'm always professional, gentlemanly.
Knowing that Zelich was hiding something, the detectives brought him in for a second interview on June 26, 2014. This time, the focus shifted to the Jane Doe case. The police had finally identified her as 19-year-old Jenny Gomez by her dental records. She had been missing ever since August of 2012, though her family had not filed a case with the police.
You mentioned her as being Jenny. Tell me how you met Jenny.
Jenny was met online on a website, initially on a website, Collar Me.
Is it COLLAR?
M-E, yes.
Okay.
And that is a meeting site, but that's BDSM related. That's
what does BDSM stand for? I'm sorry.
That's a kind of a alternative bondage, discipline, submission, dominance type of website.
Okay. So you meet her on the website, and
we talk, and she's got a profile, I had a profile, and at some point either, I don't recall whether I first maybe approached her or she approached me, but nonetheless we started conversing back and forth on the website.
It's like a social networking as well?
Yes.
For it? And did she go by her full name, or did she go by her name?
She went by her handle. You create a handle or a name, and I didn't know right away, but I believe it's through yesterday's conversation. I think her handle was Princess JMG. Princess and capital JMG, and I guess that's her. Those are her initials.
Did you know what her last name was?
Yeah.
What is it?
Gomez. Gomez.
Do you know how old she is?
I want to say at the time she was approximately 19.
And where was she from?
Well, initially it was out west. It was Oregon. And what stuck in my mind was Eugene, Oregon.
This wasn't, however, their first contact with each other.
How does she make it to Wisconsin?
She flies in.
Okay.
And let me just for full clarification, she was 19, and I probably made initial contact on Colony with her. She was probably 16 and a half initially.
Oh, so you had like a 2 to 3 year relationship?
Well, a period of time, and then she was 16 and a half-ish, and then there was a period of time of no contact at all, a couple of years. And I guess as it turns out, she was going to school. I believe she went to like a junior college type thing. And then she kind of recontacted me after quite a period, a good period of time of absence, maybe a year to 2 years during that time. So that's where, you have the age difference. So she's 19. And then, we reconnect contact-wise at that point.
Okay.
The fact that Stephen had been exchanging explicit messages with Jenny when she was a minor is one of the lesser depraved facts about this case, especially considering the dark and twisted way that both Jenny and Laura were murdered.
Now, when you say that, what do you mean by that?
Well, I don't know how familiar you guys are with BDSM and all that, but it's a dominant submission type of control hierarchy type of basis, and some people see some of the accessories and some of that, toys, accessories, and they don't understand exactly what it is. It can be certainly sensual, sexual based, but that's generally not even the focus. It's more of a type of interaction. leadership follower, dominant submission type of dynamic. With those type of various different tools and toys, and and where depending on the couple or people involved, it can be sexual or non-sexual. It covers a wide variety of activity.
Okay. So when she was coming down here, what was your guys' relationship going to be in that aspect?
I think her intention was full time, and that was probably the discussion we were having full time.
Where was really submissive to you?
Yeah, and she was going to be here permanent, and it was going to be a kind of a submissive all the time, 24/7 type of.
Okay.
But she would reside with you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think that was definitely what was discussed, and I think that was definitely her understanding.
Despite advertising his desires for a long-term master-slave relationship on his profile, Steven claimed that it was Jenny who wanted to stay with him in a long-term relationship, not him. After clarifying his intentions, Steven started giving details about their meeting.
There's an activity or reference to breath play, breath control, that is accomplished through very common abuse, and can be choking, can be closing off the nose, nostrils, can be rope around the neck, it can be some people are sort of advanced, they almost do hanging, it's all related to breath constriction.
Okay.
And many times the motive, I guess, for that is, or the basis for that is, again, control. Many times the person receiving it enjoys that too, almost kind of a, I'm hardly an expert, but kind of like an autoerotic type of effect. And ultimately, that Sunday morning, she was, I was using rope, and ultimately, there was constriction, and then I would release some various touching, and ultimately I got very excited. There's no doubt there's an arousal, there's an erotic sensation, and while this was occurring, at some point it became evident that I don't think she was breathing anymore. And I also, and this was explained, and caused by the rope, there's no question about that,
When you're behind her, do you have the rope then around, you're holding the rope, or is it something where you put the rope around her neck prior to?
Prior, at some point I put it on, maybe not initially. I think I put it on 2, maybe 3 times, but I believe 2 to 3 times now. And you pull, constrict, release, constrict, release, constrict, and that's very, very erotic for me, control-wise. Very erotic, and can be very erotic for the person receiving.
Did she have any other than the neck and the gag, did she have anything else? Any other bounds? Or
Gag, mouth gag, the rope, which was attached last, and wrists, handcuffs on the wrists. Legs were free.
Okay. Rope attached last to the neck.
It was handcuffs and gag. Okay. And then the third element was the rope.
Wasak kami dun. Wala akong magawa. What the fuck? Grabe yung build ng Caitlyn. Dahil.
And the rope,
Nari na
came into play because
of or anything.
Breath play around the neck.
Mali.
Breath play can be, I think I mentioned, you mentioned earlier, it can be the choking, nose, nostrils, and then rope hanging. It can come in different forms, but this case was rope around the neck.
He repeatedly shifted the focus to the pleasure he claimed to have experienced during the act. However, the detectives made sure to keep the focus on Jenny, her pain, her experience, and the devastating outcome of Steven's actions. By the way, if you're finding the video interesting so far, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really supports the channel. Now, let's dive back in.
And is a control thing you referenced for you, correct? Does she have any say in the whole thing, or is that part of her submission to you? Or
Right.
And I've heard things about safe words and stuff like that. How did that work?
Hindi na nakapag-ultang
In
puta.
this case, there was no safe words. There are safe words in BDSM depending on the relationship. I've always thought and felt and not use safe words much, if at all. On the other hand, I always also thought that
nagtataka ako, ba't di ko kayo marinig? Naka-headphones pala.
I started enjoying BDSM probably age 19 or 20. So it's really more, it's kind of been a lifestyle, lifetime thing. But to answer that specifically,
Bakit kasi kami naka-debit sa'yo?
never have used the safe words because I never had a problem not keeping control, monitoring the safety and well-being of anybody that I've ever been with. And although this breath play is one of, if not the, certainly one of the higher level activities, just by the nature of the breath and then obviously the repercussions of something going wrong, or the chances of something going wrong. But so no breath play was used, or no safe words were used.
However, no matter how unintentional the murder may have been, in Stephen's words, what he did after Jenny's death was just as deplorable, if not worse.
So, after you felt that she had passed away.
Yes.
What do you do thereafter?
Oh, that's the moment of truth. And believe me, these questions were asked already. That's the moment I have to decide. I can either call 911 or call management, call the hotel, call somebody, call police, call rescue, or panic and do what I did. Took her, and instead of reporting it, put her in one of the suitcases, closed the suitcase, packed up everything, went downstairs. I don't recall if I went. I got a luggage cart and brought it up to the room. Well, I must have. Or if we had it in the room, or maybe just found it in the hallway. But I brought a luggage cart into the hallway, stacked all the luggage, including the pink luggage, which had everything in it now, and rolled it out to my car.
She had 2 suitcases. What did all of the stuff in the pink one fit into the other? Did you take everything of hers with you? Or did you leave stuff in the hotel?
No, I took everything with me and put it either in her second bag or piece of luggage, I think, which was smaller, and or in my room in my pieces of luggage. So, but everything left the room.
And we mentioned that she defecated, so that obviously would have left some sort of mess.
A little bit of, not terribly large.
Okay.
And I went to the bathroom and I took either a small bath towel or a washcloth type thing, hot water, and that cleaned it up. I think I rinsed out the towel, and I think I left it there for housekeeping. With the other towels.
So no sheets or anything like that.
No. It was more. It came out. I think a little bit ran down her leg, a little bit, and a small amount on the carpet.
After realizing that Jenny was dead, Stephen chose not to call 911 and instead decided to stuff her body into her bag and take her home. Once he got home unnoticed, Stephen faced another problem: the warm weather. There was no way that he could conceal the body outside, so he resorted to even more disturbing measures.
So after you unload the luggage in your vehicle,
Take or put it in my vehicle or whatever, and was taken, the suitcase was taken. Of course, now what do I do? You know, I'm still in the, I have no idea what I want to do or what I'm going to do. I have no idea. She comes in, the pink suitcase comes into the house. I take her out. Well, actually, I empty the refrigerator because my only option is how long do I have
may poro pang isa.
with the heat of August before, you know, you're forced to make a decision. She was put in the refrigerator. And really, my thinking, I think, was to buy time and figure out what I'm going to do.
Put in the refrigerator. Inside the suitcase still, or
no. Outside the suitcase, naked, outside the suitcase. And of course, you can imagine you get the shelving and all that. I take the shelving out, and now you pretty much have the empty shelf of a refrigerator, and put in there, door closed, and seemingly problem solved. Well, I'm making almost light of it because it's not problem's not solved, but it gives me time because I get the temperature issue.
Sure.
So that is where she stayed for quite a while, and then in further discussion, the refrigerator's empty, the shelves and all that's out. And
no!
I can't use the refrigerator, so a lot of fast food or eating at work or whatever, I can't use around the refrigerator. So, in retrospect, it's ridiculous, but that's exactly what happened.
The implications of what Stephen was saying were truly horrifying. Jenny Gomez's body had been rotting in his possession for nearly 2 years, since August of 2012.
And she stayed in that refrigerator. That was in August of 2012.
Right.
When was the next time she came out?
Very, semi-recently.
Shield after Dash?
November of last year. November of 2013. Yeah. November, yeah.
And when?
That's ultimately. No, I take it back. No. Correct that. Correct that. November of 13 approximately is when I take her out and put her in the suitcase, back out with the second suitcase.
She went back in the original suitcase, that pink one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then in the trunk of the car, because that's now being winter, November.
Ay, kinain ako, patay ako.
Into this past winter.
As Stephen explained how he moved the body around in the same suitcase, he casually mentioned a second suitcase as well.
So you're saying the trunk with the other suitcase. What do you mean by the other suitcase?
The other suitcase is the second incident that occurred. Early November of 13 in Minnesota.
Without getting into details about that incident, what occurred in that incident?
Very similar basis, very similar BDSM, very similar circumstances. And it happened, that occurred in Rochester, Minnesota, where I talked to the detective today. And early November, I think the first week. And that was the first incident after Jenny. I mean, that was the first in-person contact, BDSM related with Jenny, and then second girl, Laura.
So when you say very similar, you're saying that you use the same breathe control?
Breathe control, probably a little bit more elaborate in the second one. They rope, and then I think I did utilize some choking and some nostril, all the elements. I think it was a little bit longer session, and maybe a little bit more extensive, or a little bit more. What's what I'm looking for? Did a little bit more things, or utilized a little bit more techniques or tools, so to speak. And it was probably a little longer, and it was definitely intense and very similar in circumstances.
Hirap. Mapwesto na maayos. Sobrang countered ako dyan at saka Iki.
This second suitcase was tied to a more intense session he had with Laura Simonson in November of 2013. Stephen claimed that there were no other interactions of this nature between the two incidents. Since both women had been killed in a similar manner, detectives pressed Stephen on how he avoided losing control the second time.
How do you... You had said that you have to monitor breathing of the submissive person.
Right.
And when you go, how do you monitor? I mean, what do you practice things with different people, and then you just kind of know, or you just kind of?
It's a comedy. It's really the most important part has to do with me, the dominant person, can't get so caught up in the
Tagal mag-react ang food.
You have to basically keep your own control. A different, not the kind of control we're talking about every person, but you have to kind of separate yourself and can always monitor. You can't fully enjoy. You have to. You can't allow yourself to fully enjoy or to fully lose. Kind of at the moment, the monitoring aspect. And that's really what I was referring to.
Okay.
And that's what didn't occur.
So by you trying the new technique with the nose and going further into the breathing control aspect, you don't really know until you use those techniques on that person, and then you just monitor that person throughout
overall
the session.
That is correct. And what creates an additional problem is if while I'm doing that, because if I'm just doing that, it would be okay, because I would still be monitoring. It's getting caught up in the enjoyment in the moment to where you're not any longer doing that monitoring. You're just caught up in the actions and the fun and the enjoyment and the erotic aspect of it. And you're letting it get away from you.
Stephen repeated that the death was accidental and caused by neglect. Then he went on to explain the act itself in more detail.
For myself, the best way to describe it is, in this instance, there was no
Parang
sex
maganda
involved.
high
There was no
roller to
masturbation,
siya.
there was no ejaculation. But there was still incredible arousal and enjoyment and
Grabe. Pagkapasok ko, ult agad.
and lack of control and all of that things, even. But sex by that definition did not occur.
Okay. No, I understand. Okay. I appreciate you explaining that to me. Is that similar to what happened then with Jenny, or was Jenny?
Same thing. There was no sexual intercourse, no masturbation on my part, no anything. I was close. Very similar in that respect, and the dynamics were very similar.
With their primary goal of uncovering what happened to Jenny accomplished, the detectives briefly left the room. Stephen was quite content with how things had gone and made it a point to thank the detectives for their treatment. However, the detectives weren't finished with Stephen just yet. This was beginning to look far too calculated to be an accident. Later that same day, a second interview was conducted by a different team of detectives. Their objective was to identify the similarities between the two cases and establish a pattern.
What did you do with Jenny's personal belongings?
And that was, I think, think Gil asked me, or Jeff, I'm not sure, asked me a similar question, and that was just miscellaneously discarded, personal clothing, toiletries or whatever was in there.
What about the more expensive stuff like the tablet, the electronic tablet, or a cell phone?
Same thing, just
Grabe,
randomly discarded.
na siya, tatlo
So
na.
you just threw away the electronic tablet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember where you threw that away?
No, not really. Because that was with both.
Utang ina talaga.
Tossed garbage in the dumpsters. Just no real plan or purpose with that.
Now, I know that Laura had a telephone, or a cell phone that she had with her.
Okay.
Do you remember what you did with Laura's cell phone?
Same thing. If she had, I don't even specifically recall. I mean, I don't specifically, but anything was probably tossed.
Wala akong magawa, napakahirap ng comp nila.
Randomly.
Lahat may displays.
Because the reason why I know about Laura is because in your chats you got pretty specific with Laura on it, and you had said, when you walk through all those things that you talked about, close your accounts and do all that. One thing you had said is keep this phone, have it with you. I won't be able to communicate with you when I leave, but bring this phone with you, and they have the instant messenger piece of it.
And I don't specifically remember the phone. I don't specifically, I can't picture it, but any of her, we both randomly, basically just randomly thrown out.
Okay.
What was impossible to ignore was how both Jenny and Laura died in eerily similar circumstances, following the exact same routine with Steven. How could this just be a coincidence?
When you're getting Laura ready to kind of for this face-to-face encounter, and you're going through the different, what do you call
Tingin
it?
nun ano yun? Holy fuck.
What did you use this?
Protocols, kind of
Protocols, okay, that's word, okay. So when you're going through that with Laura, is there a part, I'm thinking about how important the control is, and not everybody can be at this level of doing this high-end, level of a bondage exercise, with the breath play. And so is there, when you're kind of starting to get Laura for these protocols and going through the protocols, is there a part of Laura's experience that is mirroring Jenny's? Because of how enjoyable and exciting Jenny's was, of kind of trying to recreate, kind of like if it's a fantasy, you'd be kind of putting that same fantasy together. But for you, like I said, it's not fantasy because it's reality.
I understand now. Well, there are certainly similarities, and I must have been thinking along those lines. That there are similarities, between these two instances.
Because they almost, like, when you put them up to each other, they're just almost identical. And that's what I was thinking. So you say...
And I don't know if that was absolutely conscious, but when I look at the two, obviously they're very similar. So either I consciously thought that, or planned that, or preferred that, or it maybe just naturally occurred because that was maybe a preference.
So either way, though, kind of you leading yourself down that path because of the preference, whether because you already knew it was enjoyable, so the road map's already there, and you're kind of going through it.
In my mind, sure.
Okay.
Steven did not change his story. He was adamant that in both cases this had been an unfortunate mistake, and he was simply too scared to tell the police.
You remember your first cigarette, right? That was a damn good cigarette. And as you go on over the years, you enjoy it a little bit, but it's not as good as that first cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to recreate that experience, that feeling from the first one to the second one?
The part when I listen, it describes very accurate. I can't say consciously that I consciously said to myself, I'm going to recreate. That I like this so much that I'm going to recreate it exactly. Although it appears very accurate.
Well, and that's why I wonder if it's can't or you won't. You know what I mean? Because it's very kind of, when we look at it, it's a total mirror. It's a total mirror. And that breath control exercise, one that you would forget. It's kind of like, winning the Super Bowl. It's up there on the top, and all the people that win the Super Bowl, they're going to remember that Super Bowl, and they're going to want to get to the Super Bowl again, right? I mean, it's magnified. It's significant. It puts you at a different level in the BDSM community that you're willing to do that high-end activity that requires a type of associated risk with it. That's kind of a status in a way. I mean, that's kind of,
I don't disagree. I just, the only thing yesterday and today, the only part that I pause with is that I don't feel or recall that I'm consciously saying, Steve, telling myself or thinking of it so definitively that way. So clearly, that's, talking to myself or imaging it that way.
Do you remember yesterday how we were talking between the first one and the second one, and when you got to the second one, you continued to say that it was very much so like the first one. Many times you kept referring to the first one. The second was like the first one. Do you remember saying that to me yesterday? Very similar to like the first one. It was almost like the same MO if I could. You being a law officer.
Yes, when you look at it, yes, the similarities of the two instances are similar. The only slight part I'm pointing out is that I don't recall or feel I was consciously saying, creating it or recreating it.
But thinking back right now, what would you think?
Well, there must have been incredible preference and subconscious, appreciation for the first one, or I just don't recall or feel that I was the first one, the second one. I'm going to recreate it so specifically that I just don't feel I was doing.
But the detectives were not convinced.
And I have to be honest with you, kind of before we talked and before I knew anything kind of about you and BDSM and all this type of stuff, when I was reading the chats between Laura and you, and I'll call it the disappear game, okay? There's kind of this flavor where you're guiding her how to disappear, right? And it's kind of the disappear game. Being very thorough on how you're going about, close your accounts, do all this type of stuff. And I get kind of confused in the process because before I met you, and I do a lot of different work with the FBI, and I've worked with other, offenders that have did different odd things or been very violent, and serial killers that I've talked with, and all that type of stuff. And when I was going through those chats, I thought, this is perfect. This is the perfect crime because it's so organized. And then from a law enforcement perspective, if I go to do a missing person investigation, first I'm going to check their bank accounts. Well, when I go to their bank accounts or the bank, I see the actual person closing the accounts. Maybe I see video and it's the person closing the account. I go online to see, well, maybe all their accounts are closed. I try to find their belongings. There's no belongings anywhere. They didn't give their belongings away to anybody in their family to show that maybe they were departing.
There's no bank account activity.
There's no bank account activity. So sharing from my experience as a law enforcement officer and kind of working in serial crimes, I'm thinking, this is pretty amazing. This is outstanding in how it's the perfect crime. The disappear game where it's so organized and thought through that from a law enforcement perspective, it's hard to, one, be able to prove something happened to that person, and two, a lot of times, like in Laura's case and in Jenny's case, they have some type of mental health issues that are there and struggles that they've already had that sometimes their families don't even realize they're gone because they've had such a transient kind of lifestyle before. So when I was looking at all that, I was really, I have to be honest, I was pretty amazed by it. I thought this is the perfect game. This is disappear game. And there's no way to, as a law enforcement officer, as I'm weaving and trying to figure every which way that I could find a suspect or find kind of coordinated, all my roads have been closed off. And so for me, you talked about yesterday, the struggles that you were kind of having with, I have this inside, you know, kind of law
Gaganon tayo,
enforcement
mahiling ba
executive,
dito?
you know, like being involved and around this camaraderie, and then I'm kind of doing things that are kind of outside of that circle, and there's kind of a dichotomy there, and it's hard to kind of make sense of that because they don't kind of go together sometimes. And for me, I'm having that same kind of dichotomy because on one side of it, it's so organized and so thought through,
Oh,
and then
pinisyon ako.
on the other side of it, the suitcases, like you said last night, not concealed, just kind of put there. You know, Jenny's in your fridge from August of 2012 till November of 2013. You know? So, you know, I bet you if we looked at your financial records, there's probably a lot of fast food during that time period that peaked, right? Because you couldn't use your fridge, right?
I think I mentioned that very specifically, yes.
Yeah. And so I really... help me understand that dichotomy because I'm really struggling with that because there's two different pieces there. You know, there's on one side the very organized, perfect kind of crime, and then the
What
not so
the?
organized kind of discarded. I mean, if I didn't know better, I would say there's two different people involved here. You know, somebody else dumped the bodies, and they didn't care about the bodies. They weren't connected to the bodies, so they just put them anywhere. And the other person that was more kind of the alpha male in it, or the more, you know, if you had two people, one would be a follower, one would be alpha male, and the alpha male is the one who kind of planned this all out. So, I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think I see the same thing, I suppose. You articulated very well.
Baka sa Zaya, what the fuck?
I don't even know how to answer that. I see this, you know, same thing. There are parts to the whole law enforcement thing and that, and generally I've been organized and am organized. The BDSM activities and enjoyment, or call it a hobby, or participation has been to varying degrees a long time. Like I mentioned yesterday, starting in probably late teens, 19-ish, 20-ish, maybe. Right through.
Paano mo naka-sleep, God?
After law enforcement.
Well, and I think, you know, I'm kind of a visual person, so I was just going to kind of write down kind of some of the things and columns that fit for one side of it versus the other, you know? So we talked about the disappear game being organized.
And let me just mention on that, because you bring up so many things, that whole organized thing, I certainly can't take credit for that.
Ouch!
That's a whole very common thing in BDSM and the whole, on the higher end of the master-slave type thing.
Stephen dismissed the theory by arguing that meticulous planning was common in BDSM interactions and didn't imply premeditated murder. The detectives then confronted him with a text exchange between him and Laura.
You know, the one thing, too, that I wanted to talk about on my organized side here that was kind of ironic is one of the last chats you have with Laura, you say, remember, no communication, I'm going to leave my phone in Milwaukee and come down. And I forget the specifics, basically you say something like, you understand no communications, and she said, I understood no communications. Is that so they can't trace your phone when you dump my body?
No, that is just all that kind of talk and planning is part and parcel of the culture, the BDSM, the control,
But I get what
specific to the long-term plan.
I get what you're saying as far as you saying I'm not bringing my phone and there's not going to be communication. But Laura's saying, is that so you can dump my body? Are you saying, Laura, saying that is part of the BDSM? Because I saw that as an outlier, that was Laura kind of tongue-in-cheek saying, hey, you know, kind of joke around, and how ironic what happened.
Correct. And that type of tongue-in-cheek comment is made by, that's not uncommon for submissive slave. In that type of conversation, that type of comment is...
So you're telling me that there's other people in the BDSM culture that play the disappear game. And that disappear game is my term, but...
Sure, it's your term, and it's accurate, I guess, but this type of communication that you have my communication especially with Jenny and Laura and others, is not certainly unique to me, or it's not created by me, or I didn't think it up. That type of interaction goes on, far more frequently than you would imagine. And there's people not like myself, but dominants or who would have this kind of conversation far more graphic than anything I had. And you would find similar type of conversation regarding the long term. That's the goal between the two parties.
Stephen continued to dismiss this as typical communication in this sort of engagement. But even with all his excuses, the investigators couldn't ignore one glaring inconsistency. Why did he dump the bodies so recklessly after successfully staying under the radar for so long? So they proposed a theory as to why this could be the case.
I understand what you're saying, Steve. I'm trying to make it make sense in my head. From one sense, it seems like the perfect crime. And one person could say the reason why, like you said to me, do you think I wanted to get caught? And there's two reasons that a person would want to do that. One is they're out of control, they can't stop. They realize, I'm not willing to go to the PD, but I'm willing to do something like this, and then this will maybe be over. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm tired. I'm sick of kind of worrying about this. The other reason is taking control of it again. And taking control of this situation that's out of control by making it look like it's disorganized and not calculated, then creates this ultimate kind of red herring of, I'm not someone who planned this out thoroughly. It's not the perfect crime, but it still is because that person is playing. They're pretending and kind of taking on this thing, this kind of,
That description, though, is that's a...
But think about it, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty calculating. It's pretty calculating, but I'm trying to make it look at things. And when you said that last night, and being honest again, you didn't say, Carrie, I put him there because I wanted to get caught because I couldn't stop. Or I put him there because I didn't know, I wanted to get over, and that would make it over. By police finding, I just wanted to be done. You didn't say that. You didn't offer anything else up. You just said, Harry, do you think
I told you, I believe I told you, I didn't have an answer, a solution. I was somewhat forced. I view it as very, what's the word I want to use? Very, I acted, but I think I was forced to, because weather and timing, I was being forced. I was forced on a move that all the way back to November, the refrigerator, then you have outside, the car's outside. It's wintertime, sub-zero, and the weather, all that time, I still didn't have a solution or a plan. I didn't, and I was forced, I think, by the weather.
They weren't ready to let go of the idea that these murders were intentionally orchestrated by Stephen. This wasn't just speculation, though. The detectives had one final piece of evidence that could significantly strengthen their case.
This is that other flight information that we were talking about last night.
Oh!
What do you remember when you see that?
Oh shit! Nalagyan ako.
That was, and that's my writing. And it looks like somebody I was talking to, would have been somebody I was talking to, BDSM related, that they have planned a trip here.
This is November 30th.
Let me see your hands, let me see your hands.
Police are in the middle of hunting down a wanted serial killer
living inside the very van where he killed his latest victim.
Go back over there. What's that? What's that smell?
24 hours before this confrontation, officers discover a brutalized body of a woman with seemingly no evidence left behind that could connect anyone to the case.
The victim is still unidentified, and we're taking a shot in the dark. Maybe you've seen her.
Everybody's seen him around, but nobody really knows him, as far as I know.
Yeah.
When I found out Michelle was dead, dog, and
Holy
that's
shit.
my boss man, it killed me.
But over the following day, small clues
Oh my
would
God.
start surfacing, revealing additional victims going as far back as 4 decades, eventually
4
leading to
decades?
one of the
Dog.
longest active serial killers in Florida's history.
There's the back piece. This is our van.
Steve, you made a mistake. I know.
I didn't do this. It's man.
Steve, come on, man.
I'd be willing to bet a lot of money that there are bodies out there attached to him that either haven't been found or gone. This guy cannot be on the street. He has to go away or somebody else could get hurt.
Come on, bud.
It's around 2 p.m. in Marathon, Florida. Near Vaca Cut Bridge, families enjoy a quiet afternoon until just off the side of the road, a fisherman notices a strong, overwhelming odor. As he steps closer, he sees something so gruesome, he immediately calls 911. Within moments, Florida officers arrive, and it wouldn't be long before the entire lake area would need to be evacuated.
Where's she at? 5112, rigor set in. Jesus Christ.
Oh shit.
On the ground lies an unidentified woman, unclothed and already beginning to stiffen. From what officers can tell, she's been here for several hours. The current near Vaca Cut Bridge is exceptionally strong, with a history of fatal accidental drownings. At first, officers believed this could be another one of those cases, but as they flip her over, that assumption would quickly fade.
We'll move her a little bit, and then Edie, if you want to
Balik
take
ka ako.
pictures as we're rolling, so that if there's anything that falls or moves, because what I'm looking at is this stick right here.
Okay. You hear?
It looks like she was dragged by this hand.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, did you see that?
Look at her out of that.
Oh, look at the side of her head.
Yep.
You got blood, you got scrapes all over the back. Call Doc.
As they examine the body closer, they notice strangulation marks on her neck, blood, and signs of trauma, all pointing to a violent assault. With a potential homicide on their hands, officers call in the on-duty detective, while others begin evacuating the area immediately. Before the detective arrives, officers at the scene continue trying to identify the victim, only to realize it won't be that simple.
Anybody recognize her? You know who she is?
Nope. Doesn't appear to be a homeless because she's well kept. She's groomed. I just don't see the clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's too something there.
This
Oh,
is all
tangina mo.
the officers know about the woman. No clothing, no ID, nothing to go off of. But not for long, as the on-duty detective soon arrives. Matt Pitcher is a
di pala ito.
seasoned undercover detective. He doesn't know it yet, but he's about to take down the town's most dangerous killer. Using a multi-hour interview with Pitcher, we'll break down exactly what he was thinking and the complex forensic methods used to crack a near-perfect homicide.
I do not have good luck at Thanksgiving time. It just never seemed to work out for me. And so even coming into this, everybody was kind of joking, oh, be prepared for that call. And so I got the call, and then it's kind of evaluating, well, you know, you put out a little bit of hope that, well, maybe it was just a natural death. And then I still remember I was talking to my captain, trying to figure out what's going on. She said, yeah, it's a naked female. And the minute she said that, I was like, well, this isn't going to be a natural death.
Everyone. Detective Matt Pitcher and Detective Rosa DiGiovanni. This is US 1 headed up that way. Entrance into this little gravel area from US 1 is down there. If you pan down here, at the start of what looks to be a Red Bull can, there are tire tracks leading back, as well as tire tracks on this side. And you have a broken branch that's touching the ground. Pulled hair right here. And if you come up at about 10 o'clock into a wooded area, about 10 meters away, the female victim, 2 to 3 feet in front of that is another small chunk of hair. It looks like there is some bleeding in the area. The easiest way to come back would be along there, suspecting that that's where the suspect went back. We're going to go around another way, preserve evidence.
For the first time, the pieces start to come together. As Pitcher walks along the gravel road just off the highway, he spots fresh tire marks, evidence the suspect had been here not long ago. A few feet away, strands of the victim's hair lie scattered, suggesting she was dragged from the road into the forest. Further in, there are clear signs of disturbance. Damaged plants, broken branches, indicating the suspect's vehicle was likely damaged as it sped away, possibly right after dumping the body. And then, something far more significant catches his eye.
So, there were a bunch of like small trees, that kind of thing. You have this dirt road, but then as I'm walking along the path, that's the first thing that struck me was, so there was a little tree, and it kind of had, how you can tell when something's freshly broken, right? The limb hasn't died or anything like that when you're talking about a tree, and it was just kind of hanging there. And so that got me looking at it, and then sure enough, what looked to be car parts broken off right underneath it, like sitting on the ground right there. And that's kind of one of those ones like, could this be, the suspect vehicle?
But even with this small breakthrough, Pitcher still hasn't uncovered the most critical piece of the puzzle, one that suggests this is far from an isolated incident. With the scene locked down and the victim transported for autopsy, investigators are left with two critical questions. Who is the victim and who is her attacker? To answer the first, Detective Pitcher comes up with a plan.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through things, and basically my thought then, especially keep in mind, like I said earlier, this is right coming into Thanksgiving, right? Everything is about to get slammed where we live. This is a huge tourist spot. So I was concerned that, okay, we could lose video evidence that might be in the area. Talked to my captain, and I showed the captain too, the car part and all that, and I said, all right, I'm leaving the scene, and I'm about to start hitting every business, starting with the bars in the area, and at least get them marked so that they don't get rid of evidence on us.
At Pitcher's request, officers go from business to business, searching for any sign of the suspect's vehicle. One missing a black 3x8-inch piece of bumper and showing damage consistent with hitting branches, as well as any indication of a possible daylight abduction. But with no clear timeline for when the murder occurred, the search could take anywhere from hours to days. So Pitcher splits his efforts, directing some officers to focus on the second piece of the puzzle, identifying the victim. He sends them to local businesses, hoping that someone might recognize her. But that's when an unexpected problem emerges.
Hey, sir, I'm Detective Brady. This is Detective Ponce. We're doing we're part of the homicide investigations going on. I don't know if you've heard what's going on in Marathon. And we don't know whether the victim is still unidentified, and we're taking a shot in the dark, and maybe if she might have been a patron here. So if it's a graphic photo, but we're going to ask if maybe you've seen her or a couple of bartenders.
I'll take a look.
So
I've been here the last few nights.
Okay.
Since Wednesday, so.
Okay.
Some pictures. I haven't seen anybody like that, no.
Okay, do you think you're maybe a bartender or so would,
They, probably wouldn't want to, knowing they're a bit on the skittish side.
With the victim still unidentified and no sign of the suspect's vehicle, officers are at a loss. With every passing hour, the killer edges closer to vanishing for good, along with any chance of solving the case. But just as leads begin to run dry, one bartender would step forward, giving them their first major lead.
How you doing, Chris?
Hey, how are you?
We're gonna...
I just got your phone number.
917
And are you willing to look at the photo of the victim and see if you might know her, or it's pretty? It's up to you.
Yes,
Okay.
fine.
All right. There's this lady here. Might be able to recognize her.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know her name? Or perhaps does she drive a car? Does she live anything where we could try and track down? We don't know who she is, so it's very important. We're trying to find out who she is.
I can't think of it.
Okay. But for sure.
Yes, I know exactly who she is.
Okay.
Definitely.
Although the bartender doesn't remember the woman's name, she recalls seeing her multiple times, suggesting she's likely local. And then another bartender approaches. She recognizes the victim too, but still can't provide a name. However, she remembers something else. She had seen the woman working at the Sunset Grill restaurant just a few miles away. With this new information, officers quickly wrap up and rush to the restaurant, realizing they may be moments away from answering one of the case's biggest questions.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Detective Rosa DiGiovanni. The reason that I'm asking is, has she ever worked for you?
Oh, she looks familiar. Yes, yes,
She did?
yes. And I tried to help her. I know I
What do you
felt
mean
so
you
bad.
tried to help her?
Well, when she first moved here, she worked for us, and
You know when that was, more or less?
I have all the dates at
That
my
would be great.
house. And I feel so bad about what happened to her because I really.
Finally, officers have a name. 51-year-old Michelle. But when detectives check for a missing persons report, they find nothing, leading them to assume the victim has no close family. That is, until her employer reveals something that makes her death even more tragic.
She told me, she was from, is it Wisconsin or Minnesota? Wisconsin. I have all her info where she was from, I think. And she had a family. I knew she had children. And, ex-husband, she didn't have custody of her children. But she told me she used to be like a therapist, too. And she goes, I know better. I shouldn't be taking these pills and stuff. And I said, well, you need to get straightened up because I'm going to have to let you go. But she did talk always. I don't know her children. I never met her, but she always talked to them. I don't know how old they were. She always talked about going back. I know our children must be devastated. If you talk to her kids or anything, just tell them that, she was a wonder. She had a good heart. She did.
That's basically what we're trying to get for her kids,
She did. And I always thought that too. I thought, God, I wish her kids knew that I really liked her.
Thanks to her employer, officers are able to get into contact with several of Michelle's family members in Janesville, Wisconsin. All of them describe her the same way, kind, with a good heart. But after moving to Florida, she lost contact with them. This information is immediately relayed to Detective Pitcher, who now has one question left to answer. Who is her killer? And that answer may be closer than they think.
That time the captain says, all right, I'm going to send a picture of this car part to a buddy of mine who's in narcotics. He is extremely good with cars. She literally sends him this little bit of what turned out to be a bit of a fender. He comes back. First thing he sent a text, all right, it's going to be from a van, full-size van like this. Within 15 minutes of that, he sends a picture and says it's going to be this type of van. That picture he sent actually ended up being the exact same color, everything as the van and stuff like that, like to the T. But in my mind, I'm thinking, number one, 50% chance it's actually going to be the suspect vehicle. Being able to match that to vehicle, yeah, probably not going to happen.
Naturally, Detective Pitcher is skeptical, but he still relays this information to officers combing through CCTV footage. And to his complete surprise, after 6 hours of finding nothing of value, they're about to stumble upon something big.
I don't know how to download it from the system, but he's fixing to go past here in just a minute.
Need anything else from us?
No, bro. I'm just going to find this vehicle and then try to clip this. I found him. He's right here.
Office Max is a ripoff.
Right there.
Oh, shit.
At last, police spot what they believe to be the suspect's vehicle. A black and silver Dodge conversion van, visibly damaged with pieces missing. And once they run its license plate, detectives can begin reconstructing the killer's movements piece by piece.
He's gonna go by, I'm sure. There he goes, right there. Yep, 1207. He will let you, yeah. That's the van right there.
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
All right, 1240. You had to stop somewhere.
12:39.
What we get from Alfredo's?
Alfredo's was 12:08:23. So that's 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
You gotta stop somewhere quick.
4 minutes, 17 seconds. Get caught.
We wasn't sitting in traffic for 4 minutes. That's a big.
So where can he stop between Fredo's? Huh?
Trade ones?
Trade ones.
Or if he came in here?
As officers piece together the van's path across town, it suddenly disappears. Somewhere near Kmart Plaza on US Highway 1, just over 3 miles from where the body was found. While officers search for additional camera angles around the last known location, investigators run the van's registration. And that's when they discover something deeply concerning. The van belongs to 58-year-old Stephen Matthew Wolf, a man with a long and serious criminal history.
Obviously, the one thing, I can't remember if it was a juvenile record that was sealed and they had to go a little bit further to find it out or whether they grabbed it, but he had a murder at a young age. So immediately I have someone getting on the phone for me and contacting that police department. Let's get details on this and fast. And it was this 90-year-old man that he and a couple of his friends robbed, and he decided to kill him. So the minute you find stuff like that out, you're like, all right, you're building those building blocks, right? You're like, okay, we're on the right path here. This is most likely our guy.
Decades earlier, in 1976, Wolf was convicted of a homicide in Boise, Idaho. At 15 years old, he and 3 others murdered a 78-year-old man named Enrico Flori, a robbery-motivated killing that landed him 15 years in prison. The case gained nationwide attention when, in 1977, Stephen escaped from the Ada County Jail, sawing through a bar on the 4th floor and climbing down using bed sheets and conduit. He remained on the run for 6 days before being recaptured. As Pitcher digs deeper, they uncover even more disturbing details. A prior diagnosis of psychopathy, a history of animal cruelty, and long-term drug use, raising the question of whether he should ever have been released. With these findings, Pitcher realizes he's looking for someone with a history of extreme violence, a proven capacity to evade justice, and potentially a serial killer. By midnight, the van still hasn't reappeared on CCTV, suggesting it's still somewhere near the cluster of fast food restaurants. Unwilling to waste any more time, Pitcher, alongside a dozen deputies from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, heads out to search the area. And as they begin to look for their suspect, something inexplicable happens.
When the captain and lieutenant were going out to scout in this parking lot, you're doing a lot of this just hoping and, looking for that needle in a haystack, but most likely, the person's going to bounce pretty quickly and get out of town. So while you're hoping, it's not great. And she's driving, keep in mind, on the opposite side of the road. So, she had to see it from a long ways away. And according to my captain and lieutenant said a prayer. And the minute she stopped the prayer, looked off to her left where there is a Kmart and a McDonald's. And sitting just right by the McDonald's was the van. And she starts yelling, there's the van, there's the van. Of course, they almost wrecked the car. But they get into a parking lot, sit tight for a second. I get over there, make contact, and go from there.
To Pitcher's surprise, they spot it. The black and silver van, parked between a Winn-Dixie and a McDonald's. Approaching from multiple directions, officers surround the parking lot, carefully ensuring no bystanders are in harm's way, with Pitcher meticulously guiding the operation. And as officers inch closer, they brace themselves, knowing a dangerous killer could lash out at any second.
Do we want me to give him verbal commands?
Okay.
Okay, Caleb, go. You gonna get this set up?
I got it. Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
Step in the back.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office, come up with your hands up.
Sheriff's Office, let me see your hands.
Let me see your hands.
All right, boy, male, Patrick, come on out.
Bro, nabuhay na naman.
Hands up.
Come on out. Come out, driver's side. Drop whatever you're doing, come out. Come out.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Don't reach around. Don't reach around. Just let me see your hands.
Come out of the van. Okay. Go back towards the back of your van. Anybody else in the van? No. Any weapons?
Get a handcuff. No.
Get in. Get right here.
What's going on? Sir, right there. Right there.
Hands around your back.
What's up, buddy? Wolf?
Yeah.
Stephen Wolf.
Yeah.
What's
I got
your
my
birthday?
key, 92460.
92460?
Yeah,
Is
1960.
this vehicle registered to you?
Yes.
To the officer's surprise, Stephen doesn't resist. Instead, he's calm, almost unusually so for someone being arrested without explanation. After placing him in a patrol car, officers begin inspecting his van when something immediately stands out.
Oh, come here. Wait, watch this. Look at this. Right here. What do you see? What do you see? Isn't that the piece? There's some brass. And he's got a gun in the back. Yeah. This is our murder suspect.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? What's that smell?
This is him.
Okay.
Look him.
Hey, do me a favor. Yep.
Bomb's clear.
When they were going through the van, I believe there was blood in there that they have yet to identify, for one thing. There was, unfortunately, underwear in the van that appeared to be used. There was other women's underwear in there. So I 100% think that there are bodies out there attached to him that either haven't been found or gone. There's all these, little details that too many to overlook.
After securing the scene just after midnight, Stephen is transported to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for questioning. But despite Pitcher's plan unfolding nearly perfectly, he still has a long way to go. On the way to the station, Pitcher realizes that from a jury's perspective, there's still reasonable doubt, and nothing truly conclusive beyond a single piece of bumper. And with the right lawyer, he could claim he was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the charges could easily be dismissed entirely. Even so, Detective Pitcher remains confident he can make Stephen break. Less than 12 hours after the murder is believed to have taken place, the two arrive at the station, and Stephen is placed inside the interrogation room. Both Pitcher and Stephen have been in these situations before, and each of them believes they have the perfect plan to outsmart the other. But before we get to that, after a long day at work, all I want is a good home-cooked meal. But finding the time to scroll through recipes, figure out what to make, and then go shop for everything, that never happens, and I end up making the same few things on repeat. But that changed when I started using HelloFresh. With over 80 global recipes to choose from every month, no two meals have to be the same. And the best part, I don't need to stress over what to make or run to the store for ingredients. Everything is already planned out, pre-portioned, and delivered straight to your door, with easy-to-follow instructions, so the cooking itself is actually enjoyable and stress-free. If you're like me and you want to make eating at home feel exciting again without the hassle, HelloFresh makes that a whole lot easier. I use it, and you should too, because nothing hits like home cooking. Go to HelloFresh.com/DrInsanity10FM now to get 10 free meals and a free NutriBullet Ultra Plus and a 2-in-1 compact kitchen system, a $189.99 value on your third box. Free meals applied as a discount on the first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Must order the third box by May 31st, 2026. With that said, let's get back to the video.
The way I interview, I'll brag for a second. I think I can interview pretty much better than anybody. And I think I have a track record to prove it. I believe your interview, the most crucial part of the interview are the first minute to 3 minutes. I never, ever walk into an interview room and start talking about that night, anything even remotely close to the crime in hand. I usually try to find out what they're into. All right, Steven.
Right now, you're just being detained, all right? I'm just gonna talk. But before I can talk to you, obviously, you know, I gotta do something. If it's all right, I'll let you have this for a minute. Alright, well, here's the deal. We have some questions about yesterday. Maybe you can walk me through it and help me out a little bit. Tell me about your day yesterday. Just walk me through the day if you would. Alright, I'm curious when we were talking at the police car for a second, I asked you to come here, you said something about Vodka Cup.
Yeah, I went in there today. I used to sleep, I was looking for a place to sleep. I used to go down there and sleep in that little circle in the back, but I couldn't get in there.
Very good.
That's what the damage to my car was. That's when I did that.
That's when you did that?
Yeah.
What time was
I
that?
almost got stuck.
Yeah, that's never good. What time was that?
3:30ish, I guess. I don't know, this afternoon. It was all sand, washed out, trees were all grown. I said, I can get back there. I saw him back there. I was like, shoot. Trees, I like my man. I was scratching it all up. I didn't even know I heard it till I got to the library and walked out. I said, God dang it, I broke the shrub. It was already cracked anyway.
So would you try to back out and that's how you hit it?
Yeah, there wasn't no turning around. You can't, that thing turns like a boat. I couldn't turn around. I almost got stuck.
As Stephen calmly explains, he damaged the vehicle while turning around, searching for a place to sleep. But what catches Pitcher off guard is this. If Stephen is responsible, he's just placed himself at the scene of the crime for reasons Pitcher can't yet explain. So, Pitcher searches for something more concrete, something incriminating. But what he finds would come as a complete surprise.
Can I just get you to put your fingers out like this? One second. Give me just 2 seconds. Again, if you would, just kind of the best you can. And this is gonna be a lot harder, but flip up a bit. Hey, that was a lot easier for you than I thought it would be.
What you looking for?
What's that?
So what you
Just any kind of marks. I'm not gonna show you no
I
scratches.
got no marks, no scratches, no nothing.
Good deal.
Tattoos, I got
What's your
tattoos.
age? I know you got tattoos. They're pretty good ones. How'd you get them done?
I got them down in prison, Idaho.
Idaho?
I had bad. I was 15 years old, got in trouble, I got a homicide.
Oh, that's no fun. How long did you have to lay down for?
15 and a half years.
15 and a half years? Wow.
It's a long, sad story with a happy ending, but
Well, you're out now.
I left that idiot in there. I brought out a addict. Kick that too.
Okay, you guys 1 second. I just want to talk to
You can do whatever you need to do, just let's get this done, whatever we're doing here.
I appreciate it.
Just be quiet.
Baffled by the lack of scratches on Stephen's hands, Pitcher pauses the interrogation, fully realizing the evidence they have so far is insufficient for any breakthrough, especially after learning this is far from his first run-in with police. For now, there simply isn't enough to charge him, so Stephen remains in holding. Investigators know time is against them. By tomorrow, they need something concrete because without it, they won't be able to hold him much longer. But little do they know, Stephen is already preparing a strategy for their next conversation. One he believes will let him walk away completely free. The next morning, with Stephen still in custody, Detective Pitcher begins receiving tips from multiple Marathon residents, each claiming to have vital information. By approximately 10 a.m., officers are dispatched to follow up on every lead, hoping one of them holds the key to the case. And it wouldn't take long for police to realize Michelle may not have been the only target, and Stephen may not have been the only suspect.
Okay. My name is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you?
Good.
Okay. I have a cousin.
Hey, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
All right, all right.
Good.
We have a little bit
Nice
of
to meet you.
information that you might be interested in.
Okay.
Okay. I have a cousin of mine that I just found out today was with the male, I guess, who
He was in the van.
he was in the
that
van.
night.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
Hey.
So what happened was, I went to the house. I saw Frankie and everybody there. I said, hey, you know, Frankie goes, yeah, he goes, I was in his car the day before. Gave me a ride to, I guess, down the store or something like that. I said, wait a minute. I said, Frankie gave you a ride? I said, you were in that van? He goes, yeah. I said, because your fingerprints are probably in that van, Frankie. And I said, if you don't go talk to somebody.
They found a fingerprint.
Exactly. And that's not going to look good for you.
A afraid of being implicated, locals begin coming forward, bringing new information about Steven. They reveal he wasn't alone the night before the murder. Just hours before the woman was killed, he had been driving around town with 2 other people in his van, and one of them is about to show up to speak to the detective.
Hey, Tracy.
How are you?
Good. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows me here.
Yeah.
Except the rookies, of course.
Well, I don't know you. So you were in the van with Frankie and...
Yep, he come up to the library. I asked him if he would take us to go to the store so we could get something to drink.
Okay.
Is what the hell was said. I've known him for a little while now.
Oh,
I
okay.
never thought that he would do some off the wall, excuse my language, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I am shocked. I am floored, all right, to be honest with you.
Right.
What if this happens to me? It
Yeah,
could
we
have
don't want it to
been.
happen to anybody. And that's why I want everybody to come together and we can
Well,
get
like I told one of the deputies that knew me, I said, listen, I'm fixing to either sleep over here at the library or else I'm gonna sleep on y'all's doorstep over here.
Thanks to Tracy, officers are now able to piece together Steven's movements leading up to the murder. But before the detective leaves, Tracy would go on to mention one more name: Terry, a close associate of Steven. Officers immediately recognized the name. After confiscating Steven's phone, they discovered a 5-minute call with someone named Terry just hours before the murder is believed to have taken place. Looking further into his background, they also realized they've spoken to Terry before in connection to a sexual assault case, making him a potential suspect alongside Steven. Within the hour, they arrive at Terry's house, but from the moment they approach him, something feels off. And unlike the others, they would have a much more difficult time getting Terry to talk.
Hi, how are you? No, I just need to talk to you about Michelle. Please. Please.
We know you didn't do it, man.
No, you didn't do it, honey.
We heard you're friends with her, that's all, and we just want to talk to her friends.
I put down a cross for her.
Did you?
I know.
That's all, we just want to talk to her friends, man, that's it.
No, listen, Terry, we just want to see, when was the last time we saw her, Terry?
Man, come on.
No, Terry,
I ain't got
listen,
nothing
you're
to
not,
say.
no.
Yeah,
you're not-
because I done been through this with you before when they tried to get me.
Terry, let me talk. You don't have
to talk to you.
I'm not saying
And
that.
Michelle close to me. I don't want to talk.
Terry, just listen for a second. Terry, just listen for a second, man. Listen for a second.
I'm not listening.
Listen, all we know is that last time Michelle was saw was on the 17th. We're trying to track down her timeline, man. If you cared about her, wouldn't you want to help us?
You can't tell me who I cared about and all that. I'm not talking. The guy who did it, I don't even want to talk about Michelle, bro. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but I know how y'all do. Just like with the man, when I didn't do it. So no, I ain't didn't say, man.
When detectives question Terry about Michelle, it's clear he doesn't trust them and has no intention of cooperating. But then they change their approach, mentioning something designed to make him think twice.
So did you know Steven?
I don't know nobody.
Really? Why'd he call you then?
I don't know.
Really? Because you talked to him for like 5 minutes on the day he murdered her.
Hey, what?
You talked to him on the day he murdered Michelle for like 5 minutes.
I don't give a what you say. Okay? But I talked to him and all this. I don't care what you say, miss.
I don't really care what you say either. The phone records prove it.
I don't care then.
So what did you talk to him about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember talking to him.
You don't remember talking to him?
Listen,
Okay.
miss. The dude didn't like Michelle. He always threatened her. Me and him got into it over her. Okay? Michelle was a close friend. If you go down there underneath the Backcut Bridge where she supposed to got killed or whatever, I put a cross down there for her.
I appreciate it. Honestly, you seem like the first one that we've talked to that's really cared about her. Okay.
I didn't like Wolf. Okay?
Why not?
As I talk, what you mean why not? He always threatened her, man.
He was always threatening her?
Every time I seen them, they was fighting, fussing.
Were they in a relationship?
I don't. Listen, miss. Michelle stayed in his van. She used to sleep with this guy in his van. I used to get mad when she used to be with him. I'm not on no streets. I changed my life after that.
And Ford, I talked to Wolf 5 minutes before she got killed. All that shit, that's bullshit. Okay? But for anything, if I can get my hands on him, I hurt him.
Finally, once they get Terry to talk, detectives uncover a direct connection between Steven and the victim. Michelle had allegedly been staying in Steven's van, and Terry makes it clear he didn't approve of the two being together. Now, detectives realize the man in front of them may be the key to incriminating Steven once and for all.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
If you want to know the truth there, you just helped us a lot in being able to make that happen.
But I'm still saying, B, the guy, she used to sleep around with this guy.
Okay.
Okay? This guy used needles. She told me that he tried to get her to shoot dope one time. Okay? Him and Michelle done had altercations. Okay? Yeah. When I found out Michelle was dead, dog, and you can ask my boss man, it killed me. You know what I'm saying?
I am sorry for your loss.
Okay, it's not my loss. It's just that she was a
friend,
and she stayed on the street, man. And I done been on the streets. But for his Wolf, if I had a way to put my hands on him, I would.
All right.
Okay?
Listen,
and if you could look up the phone records of any law where I was talking to him, you can't see but me cussing him out.
Hey, Terry.
Thank you.
Seriously, thank you.
Seriously.
And I did that girl, man.
Thank you.
As Terry breaks down, detectives begin to believe he's telling the truth and that he is indeed one of Michelle's few genuine friends. After wrapping up the interview, they return to the station and relay their findings to Detective Pitcher, who, for the past 12 hours, has been sleeplessly studying Steven's profile when he uncovers something interesting about Steven's experiences in jail.
Talking about his time in prison, things came out that, number one, he has a hatred for women. Somehow I think it stems from his mom, but I still can't quite place it. He went into great detail with me about when his mom was sick, how she couldn't do anything. And like very disturbing that a normal human being, normal person in a conversation isn't going into detail about these kind of things. That's a red flag. Obviously there's a lot of in prison. He goes, I figured out a way around it though. I'd offer everybody and that way they wouldn't want to, all of that is putting together a pretty good picture of who this is and we have the right guy. At that point, you're kind of like, all right, this is making too much sense. And then talking about women in general would snap him a little bit, and that would cause me to have to bring him back down.
But even with this unusual finding, Pitcher is only beginning to understand the twisted mind he's dealing with. What he does know for certain is that this isn't Steven's first time, and that by now he likely has a plan he believes will let him walk free. And if Pitcher wants to get anything from him, he needs to build a bond, gain Steven's trust, enough to make him confess. So that afternoon, Pitcher decides to change his approach. He asks Steve to step outside, offering him a cigarette, a small gesture, but one that would have monumental effects on the investigation. Because when the two step outside, Steven begins to break.
We're gonna step outside and have a cigarette.
Being charged with homicide, man.
I know you are, and I know that seems scary as hell.
I've been through it before as a child, but I remember it well.
Things are different in some instances between what happened when you're 15 and what happened now.
Somebody died at my hands. This difference is that somebody died, but it wasn't at my hands. Oh, man.
Steve, you made a mistake. I know.
I didn't do this.
Steve, I know you.
Oh, God, okay, listen.
You made a mistake.
I didn't kill her. Her boyfriend killed her.
What happened?
They fought. I didn't. Nobody. They were having in the back of my bed.
May update.
And they fought.
Commando. 1.6
And I
is
just
live.
kept driving. Said, come on, guys, calm down, quiet down. I don't know their names.
How did you have them back?
I picked them up.
Where'd you pick them up?
Walmart.
Puta, may insane. Insane difficulty.
Steve, come on.
I don't know what to do here.
We got
I did not do this, but I'm guilty of covering it up. I helped him get rid of her.
All right, but we can work through this, okay? This isn't